FanDuel Sports Network, the home of the Clippers, Kings, and Angels.
To our Angels live pregame on yet another perfect night for Halo Baseball. Angels live presented, of course, by Spectrum, and we live right here on FanDuel Sports Network. Game 2, Angels and the Boston Red Sox. Here's what coming up. You know the old expression, if at first you don't succeed, well, if ain't first, then, yeah, bam, you succeed. She told me to walk this way. That's right, she did. And, of course, we will second that emotion. Now, what that means, I don't know. Maybe we get some more high O'Berrien, right? Jose Flores. Remember the last time? Tyler Anderson, next day after the start, someone stealing signs. What went on that day? These guys know. They know everything, of course. It is Mark Gubaza, Tim Salmon,
Patio,
Patrick
was that the fourth line that went out there? Is that the fourth line?
Yes, that's right. Little hockey talk for you. All right, we're fired up. Looking forward to this one. Great game last night. Tim, let me start with you. It feels like this group right here, they're showing up to the yard feeling like they have a chance. They play up to their competition this season.
Well, they definitely do. I mean, coming out of, that last road trip, the Yankees and then the Astros at home. But without a doubt, I mean, you have a lot of talented players that are pretty much streaky players. But when they all get together and start playing at the same time and scoring the runs we've been seeing the last couple nights, it makes you feel like you can win every game.
Gooby, I got this for you. History made. We have a great research crew. First time in baseball history, eight first-round draft picks were in the game at the same time. I want you to name them all in order of the year drafted.
Well,
no,
I'm going to say there was
how
8
cool
of them.
is
I
that?
know that.
Amazing.
It's amazing when you think about that. And there's so much conversation about the Angels and their farm system, player development, this and that. But you have 8 first-rounders in the game yesterday, and you're beating the Boston Red Sox. That tells you what talent they have. It's just a matter of figuring out how to be more consistent. It's young players, some of the younger guys now. We just been drafted recently. And then you have some of the veterans like the Wars and the Trouts and people like that. But you're seeing a good mix of incredible talent together, and finally you're seeing some good things happening.
Trout, Ward, Adele, perhaps part of the older guard. Then Detmers and Bachman, 25. And then the infield, Neto, Shonowell, Moore. All right, Kingfish, how can you relate to this? Relate it back to the team that won the World Series in 2002. You guys had 11 homegrown draft picks that won that World Series.
Well, you're building a foundation, and like you look at this list right here, I mean, these are guys that are great players that are going to be the core of this team going forward. So it really comes down to, you got the foundation. Can you be patient upstairs? Can the fans be patient? Can the organization be patient and let these guys develop? Because it doesn't happen overnight. You can't microwave success. I mean, I was drafted in '93. We won in '02, 9 years later. But in between, all the foundation was laid with the great players like Garrett Anderson and Troy Percival and Darren Erstad and John Lackey and K-Rod and Jared Washburn. I mean, all those guys started sprinkling in all the way up until 2002, and it finally came together. And you really have to have a core group of guys to win.
Your Royals team, right?
Yeah, Royals, same thing. I mean, when you look at our team who won a World Series, we just had a reunion. It was a few years before that, though, and 40 years ago, as a matter of fact. You look at that entire team, almost every single player was a homegrown player. It was first-round or second-round draft picks. Everyone came up through the system. There was some success there with the Royals when we got there, Saberhagen and myself, and Danny Jackson, some of the younger pitchers. But if the foundation was there, the younger guys came and took that next step, and they finally win a World Series. You can kind of see that, what you're seeing in this foundation of players right now. As much as everyone wants to win, and I think they got a real good chance of winning this year, it's still some patience. There's some of these younger guys. You look at, Sam Bachman, what he did last night. And, these guys are starting to put it all together, but it's going to take a little bit of time.
Hey, patience, that's the key word. Organizations need to have patience with these young players. And speaking of which, they had it last night. 11 walks. Erica Weston joins us right now. That certainly is some patience. I know Ray Montgomery was asked, do you guys plan for this every day? Well, yeah, right? They do, but it just doesn't it's not that easy.
Yeah, walk this way towards this way at this side of the field, no doubt. Of course, they try to plan to walk in a ball game, which certainly leads to some success. Ray talked about it after the game last night, saying the guys were having that conversation very much top of mind heading into the game. He said they kind of took it to the extreme, but the last time they had as many walks as they had last night, season high was 7. That was over a month ago back in San Diego on May 12th. That was the game where Taylor Ward had that go-ahead grand slam. They had 4 walks in that inning, so it certainly leads to success. They're 6-0 this season when they walk 6 or more times, so there's certainly something to that. But here's more from Ray and the squad on their patience at the plate last night.
But anytime you're going through the ups and downs of the season, one of the things you can rely on is getting better pitches to hit, and then the byproduct of that obviously turns into walks, and then the hit by pitches obviously help too. But I think it was reflected last night. You get those kind of walks, you should put some runs on the board.
The boys are seeing it well right now. Waiting for their pitch as well, not trying to do too much, and really getting back to passing the baton. I think that's what made us good earlier in the year, and during that 8-game win streak we had too. So I think that's just a big key for our offense is hunting the pitch that you want, but not being overly aggressive on the corners and then off the plate. So I think that was a good testament to that last night.
But going into the game, we knew what we had when we first played in Boston, and they didn't really control the strike zone that well. So we knew coming into today, we knew we had to stick to the approach, and that was to hopefully work deep into counts. And even when we did fall into counts, just know that they're trying to get us to chase, and just be patient with our swings and making sure that we swing at the pitches that we want to swing at.
How much does that change, if at all, facing Crochet today, who's very tough?
Yeah, it's another tough guy. He's having a great year, but the approach stays the same. Get our pitch to hit. It's probably going to be rare that he's going to walk a couple guys because he commands his zone pretty well. But when he does give us a pitch to hit, just don't miss it.
Yeah, and just to put that all in context, when the Angels were in Boston a couple of weeks ago, they had 10 walks overall that entire series. And of course, it's dictated by who's on the mound. Zach Neto said it just right. Garrett Crochet this season, guys, in 16 starts, just 28 walks. So maybe not a lot of free passes out there tonight with Crochet on the mound.
No, maybe not, Erica. Thanks very much. But perhaps you can find a way to scratch something across. It's going to take a perfect ball game. Tim, when you go into a game knowing you're playing against a guy like Garrett Crochet, what would the approach be, the game plan?
Well, coming off, we just talked about being patient. Sometimes with guys that are pounding you with strikes, you got to get them early. I mean, a guy like Roger Clemens or Pedro on the day, it's like, if you let them get ahead of you, you're going to be playing out of their hand the whole game. So you got to be aggressive off this guy. You got to hunt the top of the zone. I mean, he likes that fastball and that sweeper. I'm telling you, I don't know. That's a tough sweeper right there.
Tyler Anderson definitely wants to bounce back in general, but he showed what type of leader he is. He got into it with Jose Flores, the first base coach for the Boston Red Sox. Something about sign stealing. Barry Enright comes in. Gooby, you were there. What do you take of it? What actually happened?
Well, I mean, they were able to give the sign when it was an off-speed pitch or when it was a fastball by the movement of the first base coach. That's what everyone was talking about. He would either move forward or stand still, depending on what kind of pitch it was for the hitter to give you a better chance. I'll be honest with you. It never even bothered me if somebody knew what I was throwing, because if I made my pitch, they weren't getting me anyhow.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I didn't care.
Did not care.
No.
All right. So what are the go-tos for Tyler Anderson to not care?
He needs to care a little bit. He needs to go out there and carry and do his job. For me, it all is set up, really. Is elevate his fastball above the hands. When he's doing that, then he can throw that changeup on the lower half. He gets a lot of strikeouts. He's got 39 of them and a whip percentage of over 42% with his changeup, but elevating that fastball makes everything better. Above the zone is an effective pitch. When it drifts down in the zone, that's when that fastball gets hit.
What do you think? You want to tag it?
Quick, you know what? First pitch strike. I mean, his first pitch strike is 5th worst in Major League Baseball. He doesn't throw that fastball enough for strikes right now to get to that changeup. He's given them too many looks and falling behind in my mind.
All right, we'll take a break, come back, continue to get you set for some Halo baseball.
I'm not tipping any pitches, am I?
No, you're telling me to wrap it up. You've had enough of me. I can tell. Just one look, that's all it takes. Needle point control from Garrett Crochet. What's it going to take? And hey, what day is today? What day is it? It's Tuesday.
At MLBshop.com, you can get all the latest officially licensed merchandise for you and your family. But if you really want to level up your game, You can grab something for your dog walker, your Pilates instructor, your swim coach, your neighbor, your accountant, your gardener, your best friend, your bandmate, your boss, your kid's teacher, your mailman. Visit MLBshop.com and stock up on officially licensed on-field merchandise from your favorite teams.
Let's talk Orioles, a powerhouse and getting better.
They have a lot of young players, and you know they're going to take another step.
High, deep, way out of here. That ball was barbecue.
Leave it up to the kid to do something special.
These guys are superstar players.
Talk about smacking the opponent in the mouth from pitch one.
That's the day in, day out, and finding a way to win.
They've done an incredible job of bringing up this homegrown talent.
Take a bow, young man. The good vibes are back in Baltimore.
That starting rotation, it doesn't get better than that.
Dominating night from Logan Gilbert.
Trying to be out there and take the ball as much as I can.
Swing and a miss against Luis Castillo.
It's wipeout stuff.
He's a legit ace.
Talk about depth the Mariners really have.
What a masterpiece from George Kirby.
Just trying to go out there and give my team the best chance to win.
Julio Rodriguez is an absolute superstar out there in center field.
Go my zone, Julio.
Once I go, I just want to have everything ready.
Guy's dangerous.
Julio! And we welcome you back to our Angels Live pregame right here on FanDuel Sports Network and brought to you by Spectrum, a connection built for everywhere. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum. And this is Tuesday as your Angels are taking on the Boston Red Sox. Like our chances tonight, as evidenced by the latest Movie Tuesday.
They're making a movie now, Halo movie, and what actor would play you in the movie?
Ooh. I'm gonna have to go Jake Gyllenhaal.
Wow.
I think we have similar facial features, similar hair, and the way he acts, I mean, he gives 100% of all of his emotions, and I think that would be perfect for actor for me.
Who is going to play Joe Adele in the movie?
I'll probably go ahead and say Michael B. will probably be one. Obviously pretty well known. I think he'd do a good job.
Is that the Jack one from Roadhouse movie? I don't know if you ever saw that one. He was built pretty good on that one.
That one, and I'm thinking Prisoners as well. I mean, Nightcrawler, you can name them all. He's one of the best.
Gooby, very well to great answers.
Yes.
Do you have an answer for yourself? We know back in the day.
Yes.
Of course, Christopher Reeve.
Christopher Reeve.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll go Dennis Quaid right now.
Oh, that's
Dennis
a good
Quaid.
one. That's a fish?
Yes.
Kurt Russell. I mean,
Okay.
that's what I get all the time nowadays, especially with the beard.
Love it. Well, that's
And
somebody
I'm no longer doing spring.
that studied the Sandy
Are you escaping from New York?
technique. I would. You know what? On second
Who
thought,
would Patrick go?
Rodney Dangerfield. I tell you. Well, I get no respect. Take my wife, please. Moving on. First inning for the Halos, right, Gooby? I mean, seriously, against the Red Sox, they got it done last night. They got it done in the first inning on the road there. It really has been a key to the 4 games so far.
I mean, just don't let them settle in. And a lot of times, even the best of pitchers struggle with their command in the first inning. You throw a lot more fastballs until you get a feel for your secondary pitches. And they did a tremendous job. Still, a all-time mark they had up there with 3 home runs in the first inning. No team had ever done that, visiting team at Fenway Park. So historic first inning there with the 3 home runs, and they just continued to swing the bat in the first inning. Don't let the pitcher settle down. I'm sure, Tim, you've had some success when you were playing in that first inning against pitchers before they settle down.
I was the worst guy. I always wanted to see pitches, but these guys like to ambush. They like to go up there swinging fastballs, and they hunt their pitches. Hats off to them. There are a lot of young players that can do that.
Here's what you need to know about the Red Sox. 61 first inning runs allowed to our point. They've been playing some sloppy baseball since the Devers trade. They do not seem like the same team. At Garrett Crochet leads MLB with 125 Ks. How do you feel they've responded to trading Devers? Has it affected their play on the field?
I think it has.
Yeah.
It's got to make a difference. I mean, how do you account for the guys in front of them and behind? When a pitching staff goes in and they say, okay, Devers is a guy we can't let us beat. Now you pull that out, and now everybody else has got to pick up the slack, and not everybody can be that 3 or 4 hitter in a lineup, just like everybody can't be a closer. It makes a huge difference who's in front of you and behind you, and when you go into a series and they're pre-gaming and they say Devers isn't there anymore, I think it's got to have a huge difference.
No question about it. When you go in over a scouting report, like for New York, you don't have Judge, you don't have to worry about, you don't have Jose Ramirez with Cleveland. Now you don't have to worry about Devers. He's a fantastic hitter who hits the ball so well the other way. If you're a right-handed pitcher, lefty, a lot of power, pull power. Not having him out there makes you feel a little bit better as a pitcher going against him.
It definitely looks that way. As far as Crochet on the mound, I know Buehler, Buehler struggled last night. That's not going to be the case with Crochet. They got their ace, didn't they?
I mean, he's got incredible stuff. Four-seam fastball, cutter, but his sweeper has been absolutely unhittable this entire season. But when I look at Crochet, when you look at how many innings he's pitched in his career, he hasn't done this a lot. So he's thrown a lot of innings already this year with a lot of great stuff. So one of these games you figure might not be quite as crisp, and that's what you're hoping tonight.
Well, you're hoping for it, but here's...
Take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. 79 punch-outs versus four-seamer and cutter. The four-seamer upstairs, but his cutter, though, he gets a lot of chases below the strike zone, too, and he'll throw that cutter upstairs. The thing to keep in mind, though, between his four-seam, cutter, and sinker, he has allowed 9 home runs versus the fastball family. The cutter is in that fastball family.
Nine times.
Okay, this is what I want you to look at. He starts on the third base side of the rubber. He steps across. He's cross-firing from the left side. I guarantee you this gives you a funky look at the plate. And that sweeper, that cutter sweeper, I mean, look how much that's breaking. These guys have no chance of hitting it. I was watching a pregame at one of the games earlier. These guys are swinging at the ball, and it was 3 feet inside behind their back foot. So I'm just telling you, he's got to have a lot of funk. He's a big guy. He throws hard, so he keeps you aggressive on that fastball. But the ability to step across the mound towards first base and crossfire that sweeper, that's got to be devastating.
It is going to be tough, for sure. But on our side, Gooby Tuesday.
Yeah,
record.
That means it's 7-5.
7-5. Let's go. But I do have to say goodbye. Gooby Tuesday. Appreciate you. Good job, man. Thanks. How many song titles did we get into the first 2 segments of the show? 9 times. Catching a break. We got some catchers to break down when we come back.
They're already stars, but now you can make them all stars. Vote in the 2025 Pro Spirit MLB All-Star Ballot up to 5 times daily. Show your favorite players how much you want to see them play in Atlanta. And new this year, download and visit MLB Pro Spirit during Phase 1, and you can secure an additional vote per day for your favorite players. Submit your ballot today and add some shine to summer.
Think you know Kyle Schwarber?
He's not playing lawyer ball. He's looking to do damage and hit home runs. Kyle Schwarber gets it. And that's why, despite not being our prototype, he's one of our very favorite players.
Get in the know with MLB Now on MLB Network.
There's certain players in every lineup that make the lineup go. Speed, power, he is a difference maker.
Ketel Marte, he's done it one more time.
The best second baseman in the game, that's Ketel Marte.
There goes Corbin, just incredible speed.
He wants to bury people. He just doesn't want to beat you. He wants to drive you into the ground.
They're tearing the cover off the ball.
We play to win. We've played that way all year. I guess this is just another example of that. We know what's in that locker room. We know the heart we have.
Turn on baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning. Experience live baseball in a whole new way with up to 4 games on a single screen.
He is on fire.
MLB Big Inning, every game night on MLB.tv.
Angels Live on FanDuel Sports Network is brought to you by Spectrum, a connection built for everywhere. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum. And that's Zach Neto going yard again. Another leadoff homer for Zach. 6 on the season. 1 shy of the franchise mark, held by the great Brian Downing. Halo fans, help make your Angels All-Stars. Send them to Atlanta for the 2025 All-Star Game. If you're at any of the games now through Wednesday, make your way to the center field patio and submit your 2025 All-Star ballot to receive an Angels 2025 commemorative All-Star button. We got our buttons voted for Trout, voted for Shonowell, and we got an All-Star coming at us right now. Cal Raleigh slung it away from Seattle, 32 home runs, Tim. It is insane. Most by a switch hitter. Broke the record for a catcher before the break. Before July 1st, the record is 39, held by Barry Bonds, and that's in jeopardy. Is he the MVP of the American League ahead of Judge at this point?
Well, he's definitely consideration. I mean, if you play in New York, it's New York. But, I mean, look at Mickey Mantle, Lance Berkman, Jose Ramirez. Those guys play defense out on the field. He's a catcher. He's squatting behind the plate. His legs are exhausted. And you know what? The hardest thing to do is keep your rhythm and timing at the plate, and he's having to do it for both sides. He's making hitting look real easy right now.
Is he ever? 2024 draft picks, the quick path to the majors. We have some Angels on this list. And tonight, Chase Burns for the Reds, second overall pick. And he has given up 3 earned runs against the New York Yankees, but does have 8 Ks. He's going to be electric and is already.
Yeah, he is. I mean, it's just amazing how quickly these kids are coming up now. It really shows what's really transferring from the minor leagues to the collegiate level. I mean, they're really Major League Baseball. They're looking at the college level to kind of be that lower level minor leagues. These guys are getting up here in a heartbeat.
The plays that Christian Moore made last night on both sides of the baseball impacted the game. That was fun to see. Super chill. Great kid. Can't wait to see what more is in store for SEMO. As far as the catching position is concerned, Travis d'Arnaud is playing great baseball right now. Logan O'Hoppe needs work defensively per Logan. This is his words, and Ray Montgomery, acting manager, but he also has 17 home runs, which is the most by an Angels catcher at the All-Star break.
Yeah, people are saying, why is he in the lineup every day? Because you know what? This guy, d'Arnaud, actually is a pretty good catcher behind the plate. He helps out the young staff, but at the plate, he's still got some thump in him. I mean, he's kind of that crafty old guy. He can pick those spots during the middle of the game and get that fastball and turn it around still. Logan O'Hoppe, again, the 16 homers, super streaky.
17, yeah.
There's 17, yeah. When he's hitting, hey, keep him in the lineup, do the best you can. But at the same time, he's still growing and maturing behind the plate. And you have a veteran pitching staff right now, for the most part. I mean, we got a couple of young guys in there, but the reality is that the overall pitching is going to benefit from having the back and forth and letting Logan O'Hoppe really learn from Travis d'Arnaud as much as he can during this period of time.
It's possible he's going to have the most homers by an Angels catcher in franchise history. No, this is an off day for Nolan Shonowell. When you got an off day coming Thursday. Apparently, Ray Montgomery said he didn't fight him on this with Garrett Crochet on the mound.
Yeah, I mean, a lefty and lefty. Although Jimmy Edmonds, he wanted to hit against Randy Johnson. So, I mean, there is a uniqueness there. But, hey, without a doubt, if you're going to take a day off, take it off against a pitcher like tonight.
Yep, exactly right. Trout, Ward, O'Hoppe, Adele, middle of that lineup. And then Lamont Wade Jr. also impacting the game big time. He is at first base, spelling Nolan Shonowell, and that is his primary position, first base. All right, when we come back, this has become apparently talked about all over Orange County, Newport, Costa Mesa. Something's fishy. Coming up next on our Angels Live pregame. Is he going to get tossed again?
This is a guy who has MVP-type potential.
Luis Robert is one of the most talented players in the league.
Great nickname, La Pantera. He has the potential to be a 30-30 guy that can knock in 95 to 100 runs.
As a fan of the game, there's nobody I enjoy watching in center field than Mr. Luis Robert.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks. There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight. The bats have come alive. A showstopper. We're just playing Powerball. This place doesn't know what hit them. These teams are entertaining, are they not?
The show continues.
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
This guy is the entire package.
Struck him out. My goodness.
He has a weapon for every hitter.
Good luck. 99.
And what I like most about him, he pitches with an attitude.
They're still on their feet for Postgame.
Everyone wants to watch this guy.
Must-see TV for me.
6'7", top 5 exit velo, #1 arm in the sport.
There's a cruise missile. More fireworks.
He can go out there to center field, relax, and I think this is a 30-30 guy this season.
Is everybody enjoying French fries? When the Angels win the game, you win free McDonald's fries. Get free medium fries tomorrow with any $2 purchase only on the app at participating McDonald's. Get over to the ballpark, kids. We've got a great game here tonight as your Angels are taking on the Boston Red Sox. Something to play for, chance to win this series. And you look at the wild card standings, Tim. Hey, they're right in this mix.
Hey, they're right in the mix, 2.5 out. I mean, Angels have been playing better baseball. Hopefully this offense gets going. Starting pitching, relieving is kind of dialed in the last month. If we can get the offense going, I think you can see a push there.
We've seen Alex Cora of the Boston Red Sox ejected 2 consecutive games. And Craig Counsell, the only other manager this year ejected in consecutive games. And the most consecutive games a manager has been ejected in MLB history. Frankie Frisch of the Chicago Cubs in 1951, a little before your time, too. Does he get ejected for a 3rd consecutive game? Is it on his... I should have asked him. I was talking to him.
You think he's thinking about
record.
Well, I tell you what, you play in Boston. If you're losing in Boston, you get frustrated, and that kind of stuff can happen.
All right, time now for Something's Fishy. I spoke to Jaron Duran really quick. I said, was it great having your family here? He said, no, it really wasn't. They want free food and drink. They never show up in the offseason.
Yes.
To me, that was something fishy. What do you have for us today?
Well, you know, another way to score. That I mean, the 29th in walks in all of baseball, and they go out there last night and they find out that, hey, we can score 9 runs with 11 walks, only 6 hits, and guess what? Only had 1 home run. It was the very first swing of the game. So they found out that they can win with walks for a young group of guys, young group of hitters. Learning how to be patient is the key going forward. Hey, take that aggressiveness, but at the same time, take your walks when you can. Get on base. Make those single home runs be multiple home runs.
Kurt Russell, great show tonight. I mean, Tim Salmon. We got to get Kurt to get you a nice little graphic of Something's Fishy with the fish jumping on the hook. You know, Kurt can afford it. I don't know about us. Great job, Fish, as always.
You too, Pat.
All right, we'll see you for postgame. Stepping aside for a great ball game here tonight at the Yard. Wayne Randazzo, Mark Gubas, and Erica Weston. Coming up next. Enjoy the game.
At Pechanga Resort Casino.
San Diego's a dangerous team.
Man, they have enough talent to run the table.
Every game here is like a party.
Manny Machado walks it off!
Fans are also playing a part. They're affecting the game.
Fernando Tatis Jr., electric!
The team that we got in there, man, we're ready to compete. We're ready to handle the unfinished business that we have.
The towels flying, the fans going nuts.
Welcome to Slam Diego!
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Let's get it started.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns.
Perfect balance.
Boom.
Interviews with the players.
Get back to the fastball.
I know what that passion feels like.
And a little bit.
Keeping.
You behave properly.
Hey.
Of everything else.
Come on, Marlins.
The window seats are.
The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
If you're not watching this show, you're the problem.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network.
Network, the home of the Clippers, Kings, and Angels.
Incredible night for baseball in Southern California. Tonight it's game 2 of a 3-game series here at Angel Stadium between the Los Angeles Angels and the Boston Red Sox. Alongside Mark Kubi's, I'm Wayne Randazzo, and a fun one for the Halos last night, Kubi, as they pulled off a 9-5 win, scoring some early and scoring some late.
Well, like Aerosmith would say, Wayne, they walked this way for 11 times. It enabled them to score some runs, especially in the first inning, get right back in the game, and they've been doing a great job of that as far as scoring early against the Red Sox.
That was a 5-run first inning and then a 4-run 8th inning to pull off the win last night. But first inning runs for the Angels have been a common theme against Boston.
Yeah, and when you face the Red Sox, because you know they're going to swing the bats pretty well, even though Devers is not here in this lineup anymore. But at that point in Boston, it was historic first inning. First visiting team ever in Fenway Park to homer 3 times in the first inning. They needed all those first runs there in Boston. They won 2 out of 3 there, win the game last night, scoring a lot of runs early, Wayne. So I think the bottom line is it allows your pitchers to relax when you have those good, consistent swings and score early against the Red Sox.
Now the Angels hoping to keep that trend going here tonight. We'll see if Zach Neto can help restart it for the Angels. He has hit 6 leadoff home runs this year. Hit one on the first pitch last night.
Yeah, you go back to that last at-bat against Josh Hader. He said he finally got his swing back together. He had a little bit of a bump there before that. Then what's he do? First pitch he sees last night against Walker Buehler. He hits out of the ballpark again. So back-to-back pitches for Neto, back-to-back home runs. 3 for 4 in the game. 2 RBIs. He scored 2 runs. He had a stolen base in there. When you mentioned 6 leadoff home run of the season, second most ever in Angels history, with Phillips there being the other one. So he's swinging the bat well, his timing's together, and he's hitting it hard, and he's stealing bags. He's creating runs, but also driving in runs.
And he has a lot of really good pitchers on his home run resume as well. Wouldn't be a shock to see him go deep off Garrett Crochet tonight.
Especially because he throws a lot of high fastball. Crochet does. He's given up 9 home runs versus his 4-seam, 2-seam, and cut fastball. All in that fastball family, and Neto really crushes high fastballs.
Now Crochet, a legit Cy Young candidate so far this year in the American League, starting for the Red Sox, and Tyler Anderson trying to get on track for the Angels.
Yeah, really, he's got to get back on track like he was the first month and a half of the season, where he was as good as anybody. Especially his fastball was good upstairs, but his changeup was electric. Right now, you got to get those 2 pitches working against this lineup for the Red Sox.
The Angels looking for a season series win against the Red Sox and hoping to take this series individually as well as they try to take each of the first 2 games. The Angels looking for back-to-back wins. How do you like them apples here at the Big End?
When I switched to T-Mobile,
my wife told me my hair was thinning, and I wanted to avoid that at all costs.
Let's go, baby. I stopped hanging out with the guys because I didn't want to hear the wisecracks. So I did some research and found Nutrafol, which was cool because I had no idea there was a supplement for hair.
I liked that it was drug-free and then it was clinically tested.
My hair was getting stronger and thicker.
Nutrafol has just given me more confidence, which allows me to carry myself a little taller.
It felt real good to ditch the hat.
Hair growth starts from the inside at Nutrafol.com/men.
There's an easier way. From little fixes to big projects, taking care of your home is easy with Thumbtack. Download the Thumbtack app and start caring for your home today.
The face of the game of baseball is running through this guy right here.
That dude has electricity coming out of his pores.
You're changing the sport, man.
I just go out there every day and give them 100%.
Every day he does something that draws your attention.
Green is cooking with gas.
It feels like he's finally put it all together. I think Hunter Green's about to become a super ace of a playoff team. That's what the Cincinnati Reds are going to be in 2025.
Network brought to you by Hyundai. With a brand new Hyundai, there's joy in every journey. By Jack in the Box, get so much more. The new T-Pain Munchie Meal. And by the OC Healthcare Agency, navigate to a healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org. Filipino Heritage Night here at the Big A today. First pitch thrown to Travis d'Arnaud by his mother, Marita.
That was a good pitch, too. Nice job of bringing that in the strike zone, too, by the son, Travis.
He framed it up.
Yes, he did.
Raised a couple of bigger leaguers. Travis's older brother, Chase d'Arnaud, was in the majors for a little bit, too.
Some serious talent in the family. You can tell by that first pitch.
Here is Tyler Anderson making the start for the Angels tonight, going up against this Red Sox lineup.
Got to get back on track like we saw that first month and a half of the season where he had everything working. His fastball was almost unhittable early on. It's a little bit more hittable lately. Changeup still pretty solid, but my go-to is for him to get back on a roll where you need to get him back, where he was an all-star last season. It's still that changeup in the lower part of the strike zone. He will get a lot of swing and misses. 39 strikeouts, 42% whip percentage, but he's elevated that fastball above the hands. It's so important for him because when that fastball drifts down in the zone, it's become a little more hittable than it was early in the season.
Sure, that lineup for Boston as they'll have some of their lefty killers in there, including Rob Refsnyder, the DH, and Romy Gonzalez batting third, playing first base. Carlos Narvaez behind the plate today. Jaron Duran out of Cypress High School batting in the 5 spot. Trevor Story hit 6th. See if Alex Cora can go the full 9 today. Got ejected last night.
Yeah, the last couple of games has been tough for Alex Cora. A little bit of an edge going here for him lately as far as not having his big cleanup guy in that lineup with Rafael Devers, but that lineup still is dangerous, especially against lefty.
Tyler Anderson has a 7.07 ERA in his last 7 starts. It's been a rough go in the month of June, especially where his ERA is above 8.
Take a look at the Nissan defense behind Tyler Anderson. You got Montwade Jr. over first base, but first in the outfield, Taylor Ward, Joe Adell, Stopper Campero over in right field. He can cover some ground out there, former catcher. Rengifo, Neto, Moore, Wade Jr. over first, and Logan O'Hoppe behind the plate. Been out there for 315 games career-wise for Wade Jr. over at first base, so he's played there quite a bit. His first start, though, is a halo at first. He's been out in the outfield, swinging the bat and doing a nice job out there in the outfield, now playing first base tonight.
A day off for Nolan Shonowell, probably well timed after he was hitless yesterday, and a big left-hander on the mound for Boston tonight, and Garrett Crochet. Refsnyder leading things off and taking ball 1. Refsnyder also from the area. Well, he was born in Seoul, South Korea. He got adopted when he was 5 months old and made his way to Laguna Hills. Went to Laguna Hills High School in Orange County.
Quite a few of these Red Sox players have a lot of fans here. The ballpark being from this area, including Duran out in their left fielder, excellent left fielder.
1 ball, 1 strike on Refsnyder.
That's right in the middle of the plate.
Logan O'Hoppe, you could see him lean back to ask what's wrong with that. Alex McKay, the home plate umpire.
Middle of the plate.
Now, what planet could that be? Not a strike. I mean, that last pitch was even higher, but it was still in the zone.
It's still early. Everyone's trying to get ready and get loose.
Refsnyder has played largely against left-handers. The Red Sox have done well against left-handed pitching this year. Three and 2 now on Refsnyder. Boston 4th in the majors in OPS against left-handers and 1st in batting average. They've hit .274 as a team. There's ball 4 from Anderson, so a walk to start, and Refsnyder gets on base in front of Roman Anthony.
Really, when you look at first innings, it's been a tough thing for Tyler Anderson this season. If he can navigate his way through there, usually he gets on a pretty good roll.
Anderson has allowed a first inning run in 3 straight outings in 7 of his last 9.
He's given up 5 home runs in the first inning. He has had some double plays turned behind him lately. He had none just a few starts ago. Now 3 of them.
Strike one to Anthony, who's just 5 for 39 to start his major league career. You see the numbers on Anderson of late. Although it looks like Anthony's pretty comfortable at the plate. He's drawn a lot of walks. Seems to have a pretty good idea for the most part. Just hasn't had the success yet, but they figure it'll come. He was the #1 prospect in all of baseball upon his promotion to the major leagues. Did well at AAA. You know, guys are getting promoted quicker and quicker because of really a lack of talent overall at the minor league level, especially at AAA. No balls and 2 strikes. Now, it used to be where there were a lot of either 4A players or guys who had been in the major leagues for a while that were hoping for another chance at AAA, and now there's less and less of those guys.
Yeah, it used to be all the guys that have all played at some point or another at the major league level at AAA.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Anthony. So a lot of these prospects get called up quickly because, you know, they're not facing much at AAA, and they do well, and then they get a shot in the major leagues, and then you see them struggle out of the gate. You see Anthony's numbers this year in Worcester, where the AAA affiliate is for the Red Sox. You know, his father's name is Anthony. Did you know that? Anthony.
Anthony?
Yeah.
So was mine.
Well, Anthony Gubazak.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
And he has a brother named Anthony as well, Anthony Jr.
So they just call him Tony, though, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Seems like a good fit for the north end of Boston.
Yes.
Where all the Italians are. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Roman Anthony.
Trying to give him a chase, maybe a cutter.
Changeup that he laid off 2-2 with Refsnyder at first after a leadoff walk.
This for his confidence to be big for Tyler Anderson, just to have this 0 put up in the first inning here. It's going to be a big pitch here now.
It's hit hard but foul over first. Jose Flores, the first base coach, ducked out of the way. Tyler Anderson hoping Jose Flores stays out of the way tonight.
Yes. Stays close to that first base coach's box.
2-2. And that's hit foul. That could have been a double play had it stayed fair. Wade reacting to that one hopper right on top of the bag. Two balls, 2 strikes. Now 3-2. A couple of long at bats to start here. It was a full count on Refsnyder before a walk, and now this will be a 10-pitch at bat at least for Anthony.
Snyder's got 2 stolen bases. Not a big strikeout guy. You wonder if he would go. Anderson was thinking that route. This Flores, he's pretty close to the dirt in the infield. Not all that close to that coach's box. It's unusual to see a first base coach that close.
Another foul from Anthony. It was in that start at Fenway that Tyler Anderson had. That was when Logan O'Hoppe was also catching on 2 feet again. And he's back down to 1 knee at the moment, but he was kind of tipping pitches behind the plate. And certainly inadvertently, but it was picked up by the Red Sox and their first base coach Jose Flores, helping out the hitters in those moments. 3-2 here on Anthony. And it is called strike 3.
We've got a break there. That sinker was a little below the strike zone.
A lot of pitches to get it done, but Tyler Anderson does get the strikeout.
Doesn't throw a lot of sinkers, but throws that one in. Logan O'Hoppe brought it up, presented it close enough to the strike zone, but it definitely was below it.
So 1 out now. Romy Gonzalez playing first base today. Out in front of that changeup, and it's 0-1.
That was a real good changeup there by Tyler.
Gonzalez hitting .364 against left-handers so far this year.
Another good one.
0-2 now.
I know your thought process is maybe show him a fastball, but I just go another changeup, but just a little bit further away. And see if you get him a chase again.
There's a fastball, and he blew him away. Strike three.
And didn't quite get it in far off the inside corner. A lot more of the plate probably than he wanted, but it still surprised him. So 91-mile-an-hour fastball. He threw a 90 and 91 so far for punch-outs.
No, Tyler Anderson's going to have to try to keep it close here tonight to give the Angels a chance. Garrett Crochet, the starter for the Red Sox. Potential Cy Young path this year. And here's Carlos Narvaez, the catcher. He takes a called strike. Narvaez was with the Yankees last year and didn't play very much, only 6 games. So they traded him to the Red Sox, and now he's been their primary catcher this year.
He's hit well this season, though, with 22 extra base hits.
Seems a little off kilter that the Yankees and Red Sox would ever even make a trade.
Yes. Yeah.
Why take the chance? I mean, Narvaez is only 26 years old. Why take the chance that he's going to be a good player?
Yeah, with those two rivals, you wouldn't think there was ever be a trade.
No, you think to say
maybe about 100 years ago, maybe.
Swing and a miss, 1 and 2. Yeah, after that one, they probably shouldn't have done it anymore. There was that old story about a trade that was made at the winter meeting, straight up. Joe DiMaggio and Mickey Mantle, or rather Joe DiMaggio and Ted Williams, straight up at the winter meetings one year, and then the next morning, after they got their minds a little clearer, they said, "Nah, I think we'll just keep our guy.
We'll tap battle that way." Now that would be the all-time trade.
I don't know if that's urban legend or if that really happened between the Yankee and Red Sox owners, but the story goes in 1947 they verbally agreed to a trade, and the next morning they said nah. Up the middle, it's Neto, and his play will be the first to throw out Narvaez to end the inning.
This tiny home trend, not for me. Now this is more like it. The same goes for my footwear. So I went hands-free with wide fit Skechers slip-ins. Just step in and go without bending down or touching my shoes. Wide fit hands-free Skechers slip-ins.
If you ask your family what they want for dinner and you get 4 different answers, this one's for you. With Home Chef's family menu, eating dinner together just got easier. Thanks to family-sized oven-ready recipes that make dinner time stress a thing of the past. Our fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and easy prep recipes save you time and money. The oven-ready tin means no pots or pans, so you can breeze past after-dinner cleanup. Home Chef's family menu, solving family dinner, one meal at a time. Get 18 free meals at homechef.com.
Where did you get these seats?
I got a guy.
You've got a guy. You gotta use Game Time for concert tickets. It's also the best way to guarantee you're getting the lowest price to your favorite artist, even at the last minute.
What time is it? It's game time!
Brought to you by Irvine Auto Center with Zach Neto leading off. It's Rengifo in the 2-hole today with Shonowell not in the lineup. Mike Trout bats third, then Taylor Ward. O'Hoppe's the catcher. Adele in center field. Campero, Wade, and Christian Moore make up the bottom of the order, and it'll be a tough test tonight. Garrett Crochet, a big strikeout pitcher. The guy does not give up a lot of hits. A 2.20 ERA this year.
Yeah, he's been unreal. Fastball's 94, 98. He didn't even get the 99. My go-tos to have success against him here tonight is you got to be able to drive his fastballs. Mentioned earlier, even on the pregame show, between his fastballs and cutter, he's allowed 9 home runs. If you could select it versus his sweeper, 37 strikeouts versus sweeper, and a whiff percentage is barely under 42%, and a batting average versus that sweeper, 0.90.
He's third in the American League in ERA behind Max Fried and Hunter Brown. Neto goes after the first pitch and fouls it off. He is first, however, in strikeouts in all of baseball. He's tied with Tarek Skubal at the moment. That's because Skubal is pitching tonight. So they're jockeying as we speak. Skubal has tied Crochet for the major league lead with his 8 strikeouts tonight. Skubal's out of the game, so if Crochet gets 1, he will reclaim that major league lead. 1 ball, 1 strike on Zach Neto.
Neto's getting pitched inside. Crochet's even pointing over at the first base umpire. He thought he might have went on that one, but he didn't.
Impressive list of pitchers that Neto has homered off of so far in his career. Skubal's on that list. Josh Hader now.
Verlander.
Or his first one was against Framber Valdez.
Yes.
He's taken Dylan Cease, Michael King. And these are legit Cy Young guys. Cole Reagans, Logan Gilbert, all on the list of home runs for Zach Neto. See if you can add Crochet to it. Not on that one. There's the first strikeout. And that gives Crochet the major league lead again.
That's that sweeper again. I mentioned that's been a tough pitch. 0.90 batting average. No home runs now. 38 strikeouts. A sweeper. Throws across his body, so he hides the baseball extremely well. Starts on the third base side of the pitching rubber. Throws across his body.
Tapper from Rengifo, easy bounce for Trevor Story. A couple of quick outs for Crochet. You kind of wince when you see the Angels up against a pitcher that gets a lot of strikeouts because they strike out a lot, second most in the major leagues.
Trout doesn't swing a line at the first pitch, but I think this is one of those times you might see Trout. Might not be this at bat, but there's going to be an at bat against Crochet where he's aggressive on the first pitch, I think.
He's been getting on base a lot since his return from the IL. He did well at Fenway in that series against the Red Sox up in Boston. That long home run against the Red Sox in that series.
What about a little over 450?
Got a 410 on base percentage since his IL return. He has the count in his favor here, 2-0.
He's a 290 career hitter against Boston. 385 against them this year alone with that 1 home run.
Counts in his favor, 2 balls, no strikes. He yanks it foul, 2 balls and 1 strike now on Trout. Crochet's a big guy, 6'6", 245 out of Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Looks like he's ready for the cover of GQ, if you ask me. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Trout. What do you think?
Yeah, well, not when he's pitching, you know. He's got that angry look about him. He's very competitive. He agreed.
Went to the University of Tennessee, majored in nuclear engineering while he was there.
Didn't you do that too way to college?
Full count on Trout.
Oh.
And he was drafted in 2020. Never got to play in the minor leagues. I guess he wouldn't have minded that. The only time he did was on his way back from Tommy John surgery. Trout goes down looking, and 2 strikeouts and a perfect first for Crochet.
Everything about PXG totally changed my game. The whole experience that PXG brings is top-notch. They make the best equipment and really tailor it to your swing. I've seen great results. The forgiveness, the workability definitely makes the game a lot easier. I hit 15 yards farther, and it's going straighter. The joy and the great feeling of seeing the ball get in the hole is pretty special. Yeah, you should go get fitted.
PXG, you've never played like this before.
Never clean your gutters again with LeafGuard. LeafGuard's seamless design keeps leaves, pests, and sediment out while directing water away from your home, preventing wood rot and foundation decay, giving you peace of mind that your home and family are protected from water damage with the industry's premier maintenance-free gutter system. Call 844-6LeafGuard right now for 75% off installation plus $200 off your purchase. LeafGuard, get it today. Protected for life.
done. Look at this. History for the Halos last night. First time in Major League history, 8 of the organization's first-round draft picks all played in one game. I think we were all waiting to see Reed Detmers and Sam Bachman get into the game, so that would come to fruition. But pretty cool. And acting manager Ray Montgomery has been around for just about half of those. He was hired after the 2020 season, became the director of player personnel before being promoted to the bench, and he was speaking about this before the game today. Pretty cool, though. It's 2 things for him, though. A, hard to do. B, nice compliment and a feather in the cap of the organization and everybody involved with that, just to get people through the system and to get here, let alone stay here, and 8 of them on the field or in a game. Pretty cool.
It's really how you start building, consistency with your club. That's how you win games.
And here's one of them, Zach Neto ranging over to retire Jaron Duran. One away.
I mean, you have that continuity with your draft and having first rounders up here and successful first round draft picks. First rounders in baseball is not a guarantee you're going to be at the major league level, let alone be a really good player at the major league level. So they were getting and learning a lot, especially the younger guys, but some of the veterans around, like the Taylor Wards and the Mike Trouts, and now we can even say Joe Adell, because we've been around for a while. Some of these younger guys, though, getting to see these guys play hard.
Here's Trevor Story with 1 out. Well, pretty soon it could be 9. They have the number 2 pick in this year's draft. Yes. We don't know which direction they're going to go in, but if they end up with a college pitcher like some say they may, I can't imagine it'd be too long before that guy arrives.
No, you're exactly right, Wayne.
The ball's in a strike on Story, a swing and a miss on a changeup. The draft's in a few weeks. It's coming up. The Angels farm system, or rather the Angels front office, is working diligently to make sure they have their ducks in a row to know who they want number 2. If you can just identify, it's easier said than done, but if you can identify who the 2 best players in the draft are, well, you're going to get one of them.
Yep.
The ball's in 2 strikes on Story. Chopper brings Neto in from short. That sidearm sling to first, he retires Trevor Story. That's 3 in a row to Neto.
Yeah, when you look at ground ball percentages this season for Tyler Anderson, it's a 31%, but 3 in a row to Zach Neto. Yeah, usually when you think you have first or second draft pick, though, you feel that could be organizational, generational type player in there where he can make a huge difference potentially right away, especially if you get a college pitcher, even a position player that way.
2 out, nobody on. Ceydan Rafaela is the batter here, and Heath looks at strike 1 on that changeup. We'll find out in a few weeks, 3 weeks from this past Sunday.
It's crazy. It's almost July, right around the corner now.
I know, moving quick. Friday's the halfway point of the season. This is game number 79. For the Red Sox, this is the halfway point, number 81 for them. For the Angels, they will move into the second half of their season on Saturday. So getting close to that mid part of the year. The Angels are still very much involved in the wild card race, especially not that far back in the division. 7 games out right now, 2.5 in the wild card. So
we played the Astros well here at the Big A this past time in, and just a few breaks here and there. You could have won all 3 of those games.
A couple of close games that they lost. Here's a fly ball out to left from Rafael. It's deep. Ward's all the way back and reaches up to make the catch right in front of the wall in left field.
Boy, Rafael has had some good swings all season long against the Halo, but a nice play by Taylor Ward to run that one down.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Good morning. Love spending our day with you.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns.
Let your swing get you back to 50-50.
Interviews with the players.
Games. This is game-changing, people.
If I ever get the chance to do this, I'm never saying no.
And a little bit.
It's a scam. No one's that happy.
This is a look of everything else. The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network.
The true West has no fences. There's an edge, but you gotta find it. Find comfort from the traditions that help define it, and the confidence from having the courage to defy it. But being brave isn't about being different. It's about being yourself. Now, we might not need more people in the West, but would it hurt to have a little more West in the people?
Guard leads off here in the bottom of the second. Our key player profile against Garrett Crochet. 4 walks in a game against the Red Sox last night. Last Angel to do that was the Hall of Famer Frank Robinson. Before that, an original Angel in 1961, Ken Aspromani. Of course, Ken and his brother Bob Aspromani were big league players and members of the Italian American Sports Hall of Fame.
Well, it's good to know that. Thanks, Wayne. I feel much better right now.
Yeah, 2-0.
There he is. Might be walking again.
Well, Taylor Ward changed that last name to Taylor Walk. 4 free passes yesterday, and now 3-0 count on Crochet. A 4-pitch walk.
Wow.
Number 5 in this series.
I think those shoes are made for walking he put on last night.
First base runner against Crochet. I'll bring up Logan O'Hoppe.
Now this gets real interesting because he throws a lot of high fastballs. We know how well O'Hoppe hits high fastballs.
And he's heated up again. 17 home runs now. It's the second most by any catcher. Of course, Cal Raleigh's way ahead of him and everyone else in the major leagues. There's a bouncing ball right at the shortstop. Story in position to get it to second for 1. Over to first. It was grabbed by Gonzalez for the double play.
And here's tonight Sunday key for the game today, especially when you're facing this Red Sox club and Crochet on the mound. Underneath it all, going a little no doubt today, underneath that strike zone. In other words, don't go above the zone on that 4-seamer. He gets a lot of strikeouts above the strike zone with his 4-seamer. So underneath it all, that's where you got to have their power swing to hit those home runs. Mentioned 9 allowed versus his fastballs this year.
2 out, nobody on. Here's Joe Adele. Just missed going into the Red Sox TV booth next door. Dave O'Brien and Will Middlebrooks are here representing NESN. Was in the press. Sam Blum got it.
Sam brought it in. Way to go, Sam.
I think he snagged it on the fly from what it looked like here on our side. Sam Blum from the Athletic. There he is celebrating his. What's he playing? Halo on this computer there? What's he doing with that big headset on? 0-2 on Adele. $16 homers on the year for Joe.
Sweeper's got late break to it, and it's a big separation in the speed of his fastball and his cutter also. It's 81, 82. His cutter's about 90, 93, and then his fastball can get up there to 98, 99.
Two balls, 2 strikes now on Adele. He's hit 9 home runs in June. If he can get one more, he'd be just the 6th Angel to hit 10 home runs in the month of June in a single season. The top 5 are 5 of the greatest Angels: Tim Salmon, Garrett Anderson, Albert Pujols, Shohei, and Mike Trout.
Look at the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Halos. 19, 17, and 16 home runs apiece.
Angels have hit the 2nd most homers in the American League this year. They have 114. Cal Raleigh and the Mariners, they lead Minnesota 6-5 in the 9th inning, although Raleigh has not homered today. There's another walk. Adele gets on base. Camparo will try to punch one somewhere as Adele gets on.
Look at Crochet's pitch arsenal. Take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. What he will throw, that 4-seamer, about 42% cutter, 29, sinker to 13, sweeper to 11, changeup at about 5%. Between his changeup and sweeper, not a lot of contact at all against those pitches. Not the other ones have been crushed, but at least some power numbers against the other ones.
Cut from Camparo on that first pitch from Crochet with that cutter.
See those strikeouts, 49 with his 4-seamer, 4th most in Major League Baseball, and the cutter 3rd most with 30 of them. Usually when you think of cutters, it's more contact on the handle of the bat, end of the bat. But he's getting a lot of strikeouts with it.
Cutter going, and Camparo yanks one foul.
And they are going to push the issue as far as stealing base against Crochet. He doesn't throw over the first a whole lot. in his career. He's given up 35 stolen bases, only 6 caught. He's allowed 10 stolen bases this season. As a lefty, that's a high number. He hasn't thrown over back-to-back throws over this season to first base.
That big leg kick, too.
Might as well go here 0-2.
Amparo fishes after that breaking ball down and in. Third strikeout for Crochet.
Roar is back in Motown. Right now, Major League Baseball, we have a new Tiger King. Tarek Skubal owns this mound.
Look at him walking off the mound. This guy's a nightmare.
This kid's special, doing it all.
Riley Green saves the day.
Does everything on the field, plays great defense, can steal bags.
He's a monster. If I'm on time, I know my swing is going to be in the best spot possible for me to hit the ball.
Riley Green tears into another one.
That's the Tigers, baby.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Cubs are going to win today.
This is their chance to have another run. This is their time.
This is the Cubs division to lose this year.
They need to be singing the song quite a bit this year.
That's hammered. Kyle Tucker, welcome to the Cubs. Dansby swats it.
He's one of the most talented ball players.
Crow Armstrong, what a stud.
Showed at Imanaga, it's about falling in love with him.
Seiya Suzuki with a grand slam.
And this is when you put the pedal to the metal.
I think we got a really good team.
Think you know Kyle Schwarber?
He's not playing lawyer ball. He's looking to do damage and hit home runs. Kyle Schwarber gets it. And that's why, despite not being our prototype, he's one of our very favorite players.
Get in the know with MLB Now on MLB Network.
In June is back here at the Big A. It's already arrived, really, as you see the wreaths are here. Watch your Halos take on the Nationals this Friday, and stay after the game for Christmas post-game drone throw. Look, this guy's already got his Santa hat.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
It's halfway to Christmas Eve tonight.
The drones, all 800 of them, are presented by OC Navigator and OC4 Vets. Visit angels.com/promotions today. Ball, 1 strike on Marcelo Meyer, playing second base tonight. Saw him at third base yesterday. Played a lot of shortstop in the minor leagues as well.
Good fastball there. He's got a couple of those called those sinkers at that spot. That one looked like it got the zone. He got a punch out looking. That was a little bit below the strike zone.
Two balls, 2 strikes on Meyer, with Nate Eaton on deck. Eaton playing third base tonight. Alex Bregman remains out, who's getting closer to coming back. Red Sox could probably use Bregman at this point after the Casas injury and the Devers trade. It's a big bat missing for Boston. Bregman was hitting well to start the year. Full count on Meyer.
Overthrew a couple of them in a row there. Especially that one that the pitch before threw off that delivery spot for his cutter, that 4-seamer.
3-2. Foul behind home plate.
Back with another 4-seam fastball.
Anderson has not had a good time out there the last 7 starts, and that fastball, which was tough to pick up early in the season, has been hit hard lately.
You know, a lot of the reasons he's missed some spots on that one. He's so good when he has that upper quadrant fastball working inside outside, but when it's down in the plate, it becomes a little more hittable.
Full count. Foul toward the left. Good crowd here tonight. Some Red Sox fans trying to strike up a chant. Angels fans drowned him out.
Yes.
Holiday spirit, looks like, with all the wreaths.
Yes.
What a sight. 3-2. That's fair down the line into the corner. It's going to be at least 2 bases and likely 3. Campero still hasn't picked it up. So Meyer gets all the way to third, no problem. A stand-up triple. It's the first hit of the game from either team, and it goes for 3 bases from Marcelo Meyer.
And that was a fastball we talked about, middle of the plate, and it's exactly what it was, middle of the plate, and he jumped on that one. A good at bat for Meyer, really. He fouled off some tough ones, got one he can hit, and right down the line.
It's his first major league triple. He'll likely get more playing at Fenway, which there's a lot of triples in that place. Here's Nate Eaton batting in the number 9 spot. Infield comes in for the Angels here.
That's a pretty good indication who's on the other side of the dugout over there on the mound tonight for the Red Sox.
Even 1 run seems imposing when you have Crochet on the other side. So the infield is in for the Halos as Eaton bats here. Eaton spent a little bit of time with the Royals in the major leagues. Inside out, one foul. So Rafael Devers had been the third baseman and went south once Bregman got signed. Devers became the DH. They asked him to play first base, told him to take a hike. They traveled, the owner even, to go to Kansas City to beg Devers to play first. He said, no way, bro. 1-1 on Eaton. And now broken bat, never foul. So the Red Sox felt they had no choice. As I said to our friend Rob Bradford from WEEI earlier, well, the Red Sox might be happier without Devers, but I don't know if they're better.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, he's such a potent bat. That presence, when you're a pitcher on the opposing team, you're always thinking about where he is and when he's coming up. Alex Cora doesn't have that right now.
Well, they do have the money if they want to go spend it in free agency now. They feel more free financially.
Ooh, that's a good pitch.
Just missed 2-2. If you ask some people around the Red Sox, they say it was the right thing to do, that it was the situation, the relationship just became untenable.
It's one of those pitches that go either way. It could be called a ball or even easily be called a strike there.
2 balls, 2 strikes here. Fly ball towards shallow right, toward the line, long run. Campero gets into position as he makes the catch. Here comes the runner trying to score. A good throw to the plate, and Meyer safe just around the tag. Tyler Anderson, if he thought that Meyer missed home plate. Anderson was thinking about placing a tag on Meyer in case he missed home. It's a sac fly for now and a 1-0 lead for the Red Sox.
He got a lot on that throw, and it's a pretty accurate throw. He's trying to be quick on the tag, unable to get there. As you can see, he got his hand on the plate.
And the Angels will not challenge, and Meyer certainly slapped home plate. So the leadoff triple turns into a run. RBI for Nate Eaton on the sac fly. Good effort by Campero to try to get that out at the plate. Now Refsnyder takes ball 1. Campero, a former catcher, he's been on the other end of a play like that many times.
Amazing thing about that, he wasn't really in great throwing position, yet he got a lot on that throw. He had to go a long way to catch up to that one. Been running around a lot in this half inning alone.
Chase down that triple from Meyer. So the Red Sox, after their first hit of the game, get their first run. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Refsnyder, who went to the University of Arizona. He was actually recruited pretty heavily around the Pac-12 to be a quarterback. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He met his wife at the University of Arizona, and she was an All-American swimmer. So a lot of athletic genes going on. 2-2. Too high and a full count.
It's full counts already here tonight for Tyler Anderson. Four of them so far.
this one ends in a strikeout at the knees to Refsnyder.
Third strikeout, 2 looking with his fastball today.
Well, 1 to Roman Anthony, who struck out looking his first time. Three strikeouts for Anderson, all against the top 3 hitters in the Red Sox lineup. And now 3 balls, no strikes on Anthony. Big kid, 21 years old. He's 6'3", 200 pounds. See why he's been labeled in some comparisons offensively to Anthony Rizzo, especially if he fills out a little more. It's this ball hard toward right center field. Adele got a decent jump moving after. He'll get there and make the catch to end the inning.
Turn on baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning. Experience live baseball in a whole new way with up to 4 games on a single screen.
He is on fire.
MLB Big Inning every game night on MLB.tv.
We got hands up in the air, 'cause it's a party. We having fun here, 'cause oh my, this guy is next level. Oh my goodness.
Lots of great baseball coming, and good guess, by the way.
Play baseball like I'm still a young kid, like a little teenager.
Good luck trying to hit that, man. It's unhittable.
What a moment. This is the show that never ends.
The face of the game of baseball is running through this guy right here.
That dude has electricity coming out of his pores.
You're changing the sport, man. I just go out there every day and give them 100%.
Every day he does something that draws your attention.
Green is cooking with gas.
It feels like he's finally put it all together. I think Hunter Green's about to become a super ace of a playoff team. That's what the Cincinnati Reds are going to be in 2025.
In music, a hit can define a generation. In baseball, the right hit on draft night can change a franchise.
Top tank for Mike Trout.
The MLB Draft, presented by Nike, July 13th on MLB Network.
Got to vote for the All-Star game. Make your Angels players All-Stars. Scan the QR code to cast your 2025 Pro Spirit MLB All-Star ballot daily or visit MLB.com/vote. The first phase of voting ends this week, I think Thursday. So this is your last chance to help some of these guys make a surge. Well, Mike Trout should be in the phase 2 portion at least. It's the top 6 AL outfielders will advance to that second phase. Got to beat out Javi Baez, who is getting a lot of votes in Detroit. Stuff in the ballot box there in Michigan.
Yes, they're playing really well. He was extremely hot there for the first couple of months of the year.
Cubs fans still like Javi Baez. I bet they're throwing a few votes that way.
They might get in.
Crochet gets Wade to foul one off. Cubs lost in St. Louis tonight 8-7.
That's always a fun game with those two together, aren't they?
Yeah. We'll see them next Friday, 4th of July.
Next Friday's 4th of July.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Wade as he floats one toward the line. Duran might have a play. He does not. A lot of finals rolling in. Tampa Bay beat the Royals tonight 5-1. This was the start of that long stretch for the Rays where they play 35 of their next 47 games on the road.
Sounded like the Angels beginning of the year.
Have they had a lot of rain during their games? It feels like they haven't.
No, they haven't.
But I expect to in July and August. They're going to be on the road. Yeah, it was the Angels at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, usually, as I remember playing in the minor leagues down there in Florida for 3 years, by that 5 o'clock hour, it would rain so hard for about an hour or two every day. Batting practice will not be happening a whole lot.
Well, it will be, because they'll be on the road for a large part of the next 7 weeks. 3-2 here on Lamont Wade. Crochet's already walked 2 in this game. Wade fights that one off.
He battles and works counts really well.
Yes, he gives you a good at bat, actually. You know, the batting average has not been very good for Wade as a Giant this year. He does have a pretty good idea at the plate. That's why he's a high on base guy generally in his career.
He's hit 211 for the Halos this season so far. Battling here, working that pitch count up.
If he has the power that he used to. You know, he had a couple of good years power-wise in San Francisco.
I joked around. You got the speed still, don't you? And he started laughing about his stolen base yesterday.
Yeah, late night Lamont took off last night. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Wade. Christian Moore will follow. The fly ball hit to left toward the line again. This one will stay in. It looks like Duran over and makes the catch right before the sidewall. He's in foul territory, I believe. 1 out.
Just kept drifting towards that wall. Looked like he was going to be camped underneath, and then in the last second got close to that wall. It's not forgiving over there either. Reaches in and makes the play.
So 1 out and Christian Moore will bat. The Yankees and the Reds are tied in the 11th inning, 4-4 in Cincinnati. Tonight was the major league debut of Chase Burns, last year's number 2 overall pick. He had 8 strikeouts, including his first 6 outs were all strikeouts in that game. And Crochet knows how to get to the big leagues quickly. He didn't go to the minors at all. He was the first big leaguer in 10 years to skip the minor leagues when he was drafted in 2020 by the White Sox and put in their bullpen toward the end of that season, whatever kind of a season it was in the shortened pandemic year. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Christian Moore. This is Chase Burns, last year in a quick path to the major leagues with a couple of Angels, including Ryan Johnson, who took the Crochet route, at least for the beginning of the year. Jack Caglione has played pretty well for the Royals. Nick Kurtz has been very good for the A's. As Moore strikes out, 4 strikeouts for Crochet. Crochet had not started in the major leagues until last year. He actually pitched opening day for the White Sox last season. That was his first major league start. And he made 32 starts, so he pitched every 5th day. But in the second half, he didn't really pitch much. The White Sox did not let him go past 4 innings in any of his starts in the second half of last year.
He's almost getting close to the amount of innings he had the entire year last year already here. And we're not even in July yet.
That's because he didn't pitch in July, August, and September last year. He only threw 44 innings in the last 3 months of last year, and that's with pitching in every start. He made every start, but he was only going about 3 or 4 innings in each of them. Neto rolls one toward third. It's Eaton across with a high throw. Neto is called out. We'll see if that's reviewed.
I think they might take a look at that one.
Gonzalez definitely came off the bag. Question is, did he get back on it in time? And he did.
Everyone's running off the field.
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB Big Inning. Turn on baseball's only nightly show that brings you the biggest plays of the night, live and commercial-free.
Strikes him out.
No one stacks more clutch plays into one live show with up to 4 games on a single screen.
Out of here! He is on fire. It's a walk-off winner.
Change up game night with baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning, presented by Nissan. Every night, all season long on MLB.tv.
Did he do it? Oh my goodness, what a play! An absolute beast unleashed. You are unbelievable.
Racking them up, all I do is win. Spot that hashtag like a boss, yeah, that's how I roll. Keep on nailing it, never miss it, back, enjoy the show.
Relive the biggest plays from every game with Abby LeVar on Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings on MLB Network.
A star is born, talking about Jackson Churio.
Churio flips the scoreboard with a 4-pointer. Kid's coming into his own right before our eyes.
people that truly believe in the presence and the person that Jackson Churio is.
You have to love the versatility he brings. He can play left field, he can play right field.
Youngest player in MLB history to record 20-plus homers, 20-plus stolen bases.
This is the first Brewer that had 2 home runs in a postseason game.
Jackson Churio!
And 1-0. No run cam.
Oh, nice.
It's the exclusive pizza. Look, we got our own very Angel Pizza delivery man.
Yes.
Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
Augie's Pizza is here.
Cheese pizza. Me and Kevin from Home Alone.
Ogie's Pizza. Well, it's lying to me in the truck. It's Ogie's Pizza. Everyone knows that.
Yes.
Can be found at both the first and third base food court. We'll give it a shot.
Well, I am right now.
One bite. Yeah, see, everybody knows the rules. Enjoy cheese or pepperoni pizza, and fans can enjoy a gluten-free option too at the third base food court. Got to go to the third base side for the gluten.
I'm good right now.
You got cheese?
Yes.
What did I get? Oh, pepperoni.
Pepperoni. Oh, look at this. I'm good right now. Hey, don't bother me. I'm eating.
Sorry. 1 ball, 1 strike on Romy Gonzalez. See, it's a ground ball to short. I choked on a pepper.
Down goes Wayne. You love it that much? Way to go, Wayne.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it is incredible.
Oh, geez.
Oh, geez.
Hot dog. That is good pizza.
Oh, that's fantastic. Look at this cheese pizza right here. This is me.
Wow.
You know, that is me. So me. Cheese pizza.
They have 16 locations around Southern California.
Cheers.
Indeed. Carlos Narvaez at the plate here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Narvaez has been swinging the bat well. Batted to short those.
Good.
Yeah, very good. Oh, geez.
Good fastball, 91. Tyler Anderson.
One ball, 2 strikes. A little chopper foul behind home plate on the changeup from Anderson. He's only given up 1 hit, but got to be better than that. Yes, against Crochet.
Yes.
He's allowed 0.
Yeah, when you know you're locked up against a guy like Crochet, if you're Tyler Anderson, you know you have to really pitch an incredible game. In other words, make all your pitches, hit your spots. Every pitch you make, you have to think, I can't make a mistake. I got to be perfect tonight. And for the most part, he has been, other than that triple by Meyer going down the line.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Narvaez. A swing and a miss, strike 3. So Anderson is fanned 4, 2 up, 2 down.
3 on his fastball. Another 4-seam fastball, good ride to it. Seeing above the hands. Nice punch out.
Washington leads the Padres tonight 2-0. That game's in the 4th. Padres have been sort of ordinary for a little while now. They're only 6 games above 500 at the moment. They've played for about 5 or 6 weeks around that 500 mark.
By the way, Cincinnati walked off the Yankees tonight.
It's 2 in a row for the Reds against the Yankees. They're 4 over. They're closing in on the Padres in the wild card rankings in the National League. Diamondbacks are still in it. Phillies beat the Astros. It was the Astros who beat the Phillies tonight 1-0 in Houston.
Houston continues to play good baseball.
They sure do. 47 wins now. It's the 2nd most in the American League. Only the Tigers are ahead. They're going for number 50 tonight. 0-2 on Duran.
Back-to-back drop-down pitches for Tyler Anderson.
Duran was the one last night who was on that double play with a base running mistake that resulted in Christian Moore's great play with that turnaround jump throw to retire the other runner that was headed for second base, Abraham Toro. Got Alex Cora ejected from the game. Cora wanted to know why they wouldn't call obstruction on Rengifo for putting his knee in front of second base. He likened it to a play last year that involved Vaughn Grissom, where the call was reversed, and Alex Cora wanted that same treatment from the same umpire, Alan Porter, who reversed that call then. But Alan Porter said in this case the runner was so far out it didn't matter.
And it's not reviewable replay.
Swing and a miss by Duran to win the inning. Anderson has 5 strikeouts as he gets through the 4th.
Go grab yourself another bite of pizza.
I want to talk about the Angels. They're my big surprise team of 2025.
The Angels make sure the halo will shine brightly tonight.
The energy level and the swag and the confidence.
It is Crochet here.
Game's on notice.
Magneto magnificent.
High octane. It is fuel. It is hot. It's coming at you in a big way.
It was 105.5 miles an hour.
No way.
And the Halos are unstoppable right now.
There's certain players in every lineup that make the lineup go. Speed, power, he is a difference maker.
Ketel Marte. He's done it one more time.
The best second baseman in the game, that's Ketel Marte.
There goes Corbin. Just incredible speed.
He wants to bury people. He just doesn't want to beat you. He wants to drive you into the ground.
Goodbye. Snakes alive.
They're tearing the cover off the ball.
We play to win. We've played that way all year. I guess this is just another example of that. We know what's in that locker room. We know the heart we have.
Did he do it? Oh my goodness, what a play! An absolute beast unleashed. You are unbelievable.
Racking them up, all I do is win. Spot that hashtag like a boss. Yeah, that's how I roll. Keep on nailing and never miss it back. Enjoy the show.
Relive the biggest plays from every game with Abby LeVar on Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings on MLB Network.
Flash you back before the bottom of the 4th to Dave Winfield hitting for the Cycle in Kansas City in 1991.
I remember that one really well. Dave Winfield always hitting that baseball hard. Brought his hands in on that one in a triple. Well, Bill Bakota. Third baseman extraordinaire on the mound.
I like that he ducked at the end. Here's a fly ball to right center from Rengifo. It's Roman Anthony in position to make the catch for the first out. And that ball is hit about 400 feet by Winfield. Why is Pacoda ducking on the mound in that?
Well, he knows it's no fun when you throw the baseball out over the plate against Dave Winfield.
No doubt about that. So 1 out here in the 4th, and now the batter is Trout, who struck out his first time.
So famous, became the Pacoda line now, measuring how many wins you're going to expect it to have for the season. Baseball.
That's right. I don't even know why they named it after him. Does anybody know that?
Because he's Bill Bakota. Extraordinaire. Great fisherman, by the way. That's just a little added nugget for you there, Wayne.
Well, that's the Pacoda lines, the fishing line, sounds like.
Yes.
1 ball, 1 strike on Trout, who is the DH yet again tonight. Takes ball 2 upstairs from Crochet. Still on the outfield path for all-star voting. Trout will have a chance most likely to move into that second phase. Already an 11-time all-star, still so wildly popular around Major League Baseball. Trout has a really good shot to be voted in for his 12th all-star game. Find out.
Great moments in the all-star game too. MVP a couple times.
A couple years in a row, which
where he took Zach Greinke deep in that one all-star game.
That's a good deal. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Trout. Shea misses the outside corner.
So far, he's given him a couple pitches to hit in this at bat, lower third. Just a little bit late on it.
making Crochet work. Crochet has retired all but 2 hitters that he has faced so far. He walked Ward and Adele in the second, but a double play and the strikeout helped him through it. Pretty economical with his pitch count.
He's had a couple 1-pitch outs, so maybe 3 of them so far. He's helped them along.
He's been going deep into games for the most part this year, and he gets strike 3 called to Trout with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. So Trout has gone looking twice on a full count pitch, and Crochet has fanned 5 now in the game.
Just another 4-seam fastball catches the outside part of the plate. It's going to have to be a big swing here to get something going. Maybe a home run ball with Ward.
Ward fouls one off. Crochet had 12 strikeouts in a game earlier this year in Atlanta. That was on June 1st. His career high came last year, 13. Which was against the Mariners last June. But this year the big difference has been how deep he's gone into games. 7 innings, 7 times. 8 1/3 against the Yankees on June 13th, his longest start. See if the innings catch up to him at some point, considering how the White Sox really kind of nurtured him last year in the second half by not pitching him all that much in his starts. 0-2. Ward hits it hard and fair down the third base line. Turned on it, whipped it right down into the corner, and the Angels have their first hit against Crochet. It's a double for Taylor Ward.
Not many hits versus his sweeper this season. Mentioned that batting average coming in at .090. Double down the line. First hit for the Halos. A nice shot bringing hands in on that one too, and keeping it fair. A little flatter sweeper. Said he saw the ball really well yesterday with all those walks. Felt real comfortable coming in the game as a walk and now a double. Well, to be able to have any success against a sweeper, that's impressive. OPS opponents at 207.
Yeah, that's not the average. That's the OPS.
The OPS. That is incredible.
Now low, Hoppy with a line drive, base hit to left. They will not take a chance with Ward trying to score. Now he's trying to get back to third, and he's out. Jarren Duran hit the cutoff man, and Trevor Story, or was it Eaton, the third baseman? I think it was Eaton who took the throw in and then ran it back to third base and tagged out Taylor Ward.
Oh, mistake run there. And a quick play by Eaton.
I'm Jesse's uncertainty, and I really thought house projects were my time to shine. One little, "Are you sure?" He gets stuck before he even got started. But Jesse's changed because of Thumbtack. With their guides, he knows exactly what to do and who to hire, and his house is looking great. Where does that leave me?
Uncertainty doesn't live here. You do. Take care of your home with Thumbtack. Download the app today.
The roar is back in Motown. Right now in Major League Baseball, we have a new Tiger King. Tarek Skubal owns this mound.
Look at him walking off the mound. This guy's a nightmare.
This kid's special, doing it all.
Riley Green saves the day.
Does everything on the field, plays great defense, can steal bags.
He's a monster.
If I'm on time, I know my swing is going to be in the best spot possible for me to hit the ball.
Riley Green tears into another one.
That's the Tigers, baby.
The Angels had a chance for a potential run here after back-to-back hits against Crochet. And a late stop sign for both Porter. Taylor Ward didn't pick it up until he was already around third. and then had to fight back, and he was tagged down on a heads-up play by Nate Eaton.
And that ball was hit 110 off the bat. You see the stop sign being put up, but sometimes when you're a little bit further down the line, as Taylor Ward's trying to look up to see where Bo Porter was, it's already too late at that point. Heads up play by Eaton on that one. Duran's got a good throwing arm also. He's got 3 outfield assists from left field.
It's probably worth it to take a chance against Crochet to try to score there. There's a roll over to third as Rengifo grabs that and throws out Story.
Yeah, you always think that, especially with 2 outs, and a guy like Crochet on the mound with his stuff, you're not going to have many chances to get 3 or 4 hits in an inning.
I'll say Bo Porter's done a pretty good job, though, at third base overall. As a third base coach, we haven't said a lot of negative things about Bo Porter over there at third base. Kind of like an home plate umpire. You know, if we're saying nothing about the home plate umpire, it's probably a good thing.
Exactly.
Same case for the third base coach. We haven't really said much about Bo Porter over there. As generally, all the runs have come in and hasn't been many issues on plays around that bag and trying to score. As Rafaela makes a quick out, 2 away, but.
Because I'm just even going back and thinking in that throw by Duran, if it was going to be along that third base side of the plate, if it goes all the way through. But he does have a very, very strong throwing arm. It's an accurate one. So he'll pick up his 4th assist now of the season down in left field.
Now the bases are empty for Meyer, who had a triple in the third. The only Red Sox hit so far against Tyler Anderson. It was a leadoff triple, and he came home on a sac fly from Nate Eaton. Good game brewing for Eaton. He's had the only RBI, and he took a potential run away from the Angels.
That's just a heads-up play.
Liner to right. Campero will back off and allow that to drop in front of him. Didn't want to take a chance and dive there with 2 outs, especially if that ball ends up in the corner. It's no man's land over there. So Meyer's got the only 2 hits now for the Red Sox. He's on with 2 outs here.
Got his arms extended again. That's him on a cutter.
Nate Eaton will be the batter here after a drive with Hyundai.
Charge up to 178 miles in just 15 minutes. How it should be.
Connor Brogdon in the Angels bullpen. Looks like the Angels are a little bit shy about Tyler Anderson going through the order for a 3rd time today. Kenley Jansen will be available for a potential save later. He was out doing his work late this afternoon.
It's good to hear that and see that.
Cramped up in his chest yesterday.
Yeah, I saw him grabbing at that pec muscle.
Opponents have hit just 193 against Anderson the 2nd time through the order, but it jumps to 303 the 3rd time.
It's amazing how when you go through, your preparation, how many pitchers you see 3rd time through, and that's it. Very rarely you see anybody. Crochet's had a few times 4th time through the lineup, but not many others. I'm just happy to do that through 4 innings. That's a real good changeup. Had Meyer leaning back towards first, and then he dropped the changeup on Eaton.
Throw to first base, chasing back the runner, but now it's 3 balls and a strike. Couple of 2-out base runners here after the first 2 were retired. Bottom of the order getting on base to give Refsnyder a chance at the top of the order. This was Jansen in the 9th inning yesterday. Threw 4 pitches. We noticed a velocity dip and some wincing as well, and apparently was a cramp in his pectoral area. After the game, he said he was fine and should be ready to go tomorrow, and that seemed to be the case again today as well. More on that. We'll go downstairs. Here's Erica.
Yeah, as per Kenley Jansen and his just general disposition, he was very relaxed when we saw him in the clubhouse last night sitting back in his chair. He was smiling, certainly not concerned. Basically what Ray told him was, it's June, we're not going to push it. He's fine. He said, I'm available tomorrow, tonight, if need be.
Apparently the Angels aren't going to push Tyler Anderson either, coming up to that 3rd time through the order. He looks a little surprised they're going to the bullpen this early, but Ray Montgomery makes the move. It'll be Brogdon.
Right this second, at some girls' night somewhere, someone really wants a soda. But that same someone wants a better-for-you drink. You know, that doesn't taste so basic. What if there were a better soda?
Hi, I'm Allison, but they call me Mommy Poppy.
Okay, wait.
You deserve better. Drink a Poppy. No fakeness here.
Pizza?
Okay, major green flag. A soda with 5 grams of sugar? That's the real plot twist.
I always forget the pizza when they get the Poppy on top.
Want the effects of Viagra, but faster? Meet Rose Sparks. They contain sildenafil and tadalafil, the active ingredients of Viagra and Cialis, but Sparks dissolve under the tongue. Dissolvables work faster than old school pills. Plus, tadalafil, the active ingredient in Cialis, stays in your system for long-lasting results. Faster acting and long-lasting? We got you. See if Sparks are right for you at ro.co/sparks. Tyler Anderson goes 4 2/3 innings tonight. Only 2 hits allowed were both to the number 8 batter, Marcelo Meyer. A little better outing from Anderson overall. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts.
Yeah, better command of his fastball too. All 5 strikeouts with his fastball. 4 with his 4-seamer, 1 with his sinker. Usually you think of strikeouts with Tyler Anderson's changeup.
The Angels are not going to wait around tonight for Anderson to give up some hits the 3rd time through the order. He's allowed a .303 average that 3rd time around. So it's Connor Brogdon against Rob Refsnyder. Well, maybe we'd see Wilyer Abreu here. Well, lefty off the bench for the Red Sox. Guy who plays most days for them in right field. A pretty good hitter. But it will be Refsnyder who's taking this at bat. He has about a 300-point difference in OPS against righties compared to the damage he does against lefties.
I was almost penciling in Abreu in that spot right here. Basically, it's a straight platoon all the time.
Yeah, it felt like exactly the right moment for Abreu, but apparently not. 1 ball, 1 strike on Refsnyder.
His changeup is so good.
This works as a slider to righties.
Yeah. Almost like he has a cut changeup like Kyle Hendricks has.
The Angels, it sounds like Robert Stevenson's working his way back. The Angels bullpen, though, has been really good over the last several weeks. 2-2 now on Refsnyder. An interesting decision. If they did have to move someone out, who would it be?
I haven't seen that in a while down there in the bullpen. It's good to have that kind of tough decision to make.
How good was Bachman behind Detmers last time? Refsnyder lays off the cutter. 3-2. Interesting, he hasn't gone back to that changeup since getting the 2nd strike.
I imagine 3-2 changeup for sure.
Runners will go here with Meyer off second base and Eaton off first. A bouncing ball hit toward Christian Moore as he waits for it and gets the out to end the inning.
Well, a nice job by Brogdon with traffic.
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan, and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
Everything looks good right now for the Yankees.
First take from the players.
I'm just excited to put
any pair of cleats on.
And the first of many breakdowns every game night. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's National Pregame Show, live at 5 Eastern on MLB Network.
This is Fubo. It's a better way to watch ESPN and other top sports networks. Plus, get coverage of your local teams all year long. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
Ooh, that's a lovely view.
What are you two looking at?
Tip pick.
What did you say?
Tip pick. Tickets to the show with no hidden fees.
Take a look at our StatCast Mini powered by Google Cloud. Garrett Crochet dominant so far with 5 strikeouts, 2 with his 4-seamer, 2 with his sweeper, and 1 with his cutter, although Taylor Ward had a double on his sweeper.
Joe Adele with a fly ball, right center field, hit pretty well. Anthony is all the way back out near the wall, and he makes the catch right at the edge of the fence.
Good swing there, too, for Joe Adele. Just missed that one.
Like he hit it off the end just a little.
But that's how strong he is. And Crochet's going to provide a lot of that power.
Crochet trying to get through 5 innings, which he has done in all of his starts so far. He, Paul Skeens, Carlos Rodon, and Jake Irvin, the only pitchers who've gone at least 16 times already this year. Rodon pitched tonight as well against the Reds in 5 innings again, went 6. The Reds won in 11, 5-4. Tigers got their 50th win tonight. And for that matter, so did Tarek Skubal. His 50th career win came in the Tigers' 50th win of the season, 11-4 against the A's.
Now 20 games over 500. Not quite like that start they had in '84 when they were 35-5.
Not like the start they had last year when they were pretty much under 500 until August. Tigers had a great final 6 weeks to make a wild card, and they've been outstanding to begin this year. They hit the post. One ball, 2 strikes on Camparo. Switch hitter batting right-handed against Crochet. Struck him out his first time. This time Crochet does not get Camparo to chase that sweeper.
Camparo's a good contact guy normally too. He will hit the ball to all fields. Just looking at Rafaela playing extremely deep and in center. Well, Anthony playing very shallow and right.
Red Sox bullpen's largely been pretty good, but they got to Garrett Whitlock yesterday in 2 innings. See Greg Weissert and Aroldis Chapman in the later innings today if the Red Sox have a lead to work with. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Barrel out front, popped it foul.
Good battle here, though.
This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And it's a strikeout for Crochet, his 6th. Two outs. Lamont Wade will bat after we hear what's on the menu tonight at Jack in the Box.
We killed it with your new Munchie Meal, T-Pain.
Pretty much, Jack.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Had some long at bats against him, Crochet, today, but still very manageable pitch count. He's had 4 one-pitch outs, including a double play on a first pitch to Ohapi.
Really want to get deep into counts with him because he can strike you out, but you also don't want to go after the first pitch because you don't want him out there forever. And there's another strikeout to end the inning. 1, 2, 3. That's 7 now for Crochet.
Did he do it? Oh my goodness! What a play! An absolute beast unleashed. You are unbelievable.
Racking them up, all I do is win. Spot that hashtag like a boss. Yeah, that's how I roll. Keep on nailing it, never miss it. Back, enjoy the show.
Relive the biggest plays from every game with Abby LeVar on Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings on MLB Network.
The roar is back in Motown. Right now in Major League Baseball, we have a new Tiger King. Tarek Skubal owns this mound.
Look at him walking off the mound. This guy's a nightmare. This kid's special, doing it all.
Riley Green saves the day.
Does everything on the field, plays great defense, can steal bags.
He's a monster.
If I'm on time, I know my swing is going to be in the best spot possible for me to hit the ball.
Riley Green tears into another one.
That's the Tigers, baby.
There's certain players in every lineup that make the lineup go. Speed, power, he is a difference maker.
Ketel Marte, he's done it one more time.
The best second baseman in the game, that's Ketel Marte.
There goes Corbin. Just incredible speed.
He wants to bury people. He just doesn't want to beat you. He wants to drive you into the ground.
Stinks alive.
They're tearing the cover off the ball. We play to win. We've played that way all year. I guess this is just another example of that. We know what's in that locker room. We know the heart we have.
Christmas in June. The first 25,000 fans this Saturday, June 28th, will take home a plaid blanket, courtesy of angels.ocnavigator.org. It's Bobby. Looks like he's ready for his blanket here at the ballpark. Visit angels.com/promotions to learn more about Christmas in June today. Roman Anthony leads off the 6th inning here. The Red Sox ahead 1-0. Just 2 hits for Boston, just 2 for the Angels. Red Sox got their man home on a play at the plate. The Angels did not. Taylor Ward was stopped with late notice surrounding third base and got caught by the third baseman trying to dive back in.
Dude, one thing you always think about, can you get 3 hits in an inning against Crochet, or do you just roll the dice and try to score there?
Yeah.
And for a team that's not playing good defense, although Duran with a good throwing arm out there, but you just don't know if that's going all the way through to the plate.
I always thought the Royals should have sent Alex Gordon on that play in Game 7 in the World Series. Why not?
Yes.
You weren't going to get another hit off Bumgarner.
No. Arguably one of the greatest performances in playoff atmosphere, maybe in sports history. Bumgarner was so great that year.
I would love to see that simulated 100 times and see how many Gordon scores.
Believe me, we did fantasy camp a couple years ago when he was there. We were asking the same question. He did look at it and laugh. He goes, I would have scored.
2-2 on Anthony. Ground ball right to Zach Neto playing in the right spot. That's a win for the scouting report right there. 1 out. And odds are the Giants make a good relay and he's out and that ends the World Series. But
I'm always a big believer you force them to make a perfect throw.
Yeah, it's Game 7 of the World Series. Yeah, there's got to be some pressure there to make that throw to the plate to get Gordon. I don't know. I always thought they should have because Bumgarner was just unhittable. And lucky he got the one.
I still can't believe how many innings he was able to go in Game 7 after CG, Game 5. He was unreal in the postseason. Just absolutely unreal.
So 2 days rest in that Game 7 relief effort. The Giants win their 3rd World Series in a 5-year span. Here's Romy Gonzalez with 1 out.
They were even year team every year. 10, 12, and 14.
Giants had never won a championship in San Francisco until that 2010 team. All 3 managed by Bruce Bochy, then won the Rangers' first ever world championship a couple of years ago, and Texas won it all. He did not make the playoffs last year. Maybe the every other year thing was going to work. Maybe it still will. The Rangers are fighting their way through. They're 2 games under 500 now, same as the Angels. They beat Baltimore tonight 6-5. The 3rd wild card team in the American League right now is Seattle, and they've started to heat up again. Won tonight against the Twins, so they're 4 games over 500. Tampa Bay has the 1st wild card and Toronto has the 2nd, but it seems any of those teams could be susceptible to falling back too. That's what helped the Tigers last year, is they played so well. The Twins fell apart.
Yeah, and they had a really difficult September.
So all it takes is one of those teams to have a drop, and you can make a case that any of those 3 teams will. 3-2 here on Gonzalez, and that's strike 3 call.
Looking change up, got fastball at 96. Even though he has a great changeup, Brogdon does have a good fastball.
2 outs. We hear Ron Washington a lot talk about guess hitters. Well, Gonzalez was guessing for something else there. Carlos Narvaez 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout. Haven't heard an update about Wash's status in terms of when he'll be back in the dugout. Ray Montgomery's been the active manager since Friday. 2 balls, no strikes on Narvaez. Ron Washington out indefinitely as he tends to his health. We hope to see him back in there soon.
Pretty good pitch. He's had to make a couple of tough decisions already, including taking Tyler Anderson out, who threw the ball well into the 5th inning with 2 outs. Loading the bases for Reed Detmers to go out and have 2 punch outs last night. Reed Detmers has been so good out of the bullpen.
The electric.
Whew. His ride and his movement on his 4-seamer.
To the right field corner as Campero goes all the way back near the sidewall and reaches up to make the catch right up against that wall in the corner.
Former catcher making a great play in the right field corner. Arrow.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Let's get it started.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns.
Perfect balance.
Boom. Interviews with the players.
Get back to the fastball. I know what that passion feels like.
And a little bit.
Keeping.
You behave properly.
Hey.
Of everything else.
Come on, Marlins.
The window seats are.
The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
If you're not watching this show, you're the problem.
San Diego's a dangerous team.
Man, they have enough talent to run the table.
Every game here is like a party. Manny Machado walks it off!
Fans are also playing a part. They're affecting the game.
Fernando Tatis Jr., electric!
The team that we got in there, man, we're ready to compete. We're ready to handle the unfinished business that we have.
The towels flying, the fans going nuts.
Welcome to Slam Diego!
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network.
Coverage cam. Let's go back to last night with a great at bat by Christian Moore. Fastball with 96-97 behind 0-2. Fouled off at 97. Laid off a break a ball off the corner. Fouled a break a ball into catcher's mitt, basically. Fouled off another fastball. Took the fastball off the outside corner, but impressively was able to lift that break a ball out deep enough to bring that run home. Part of that big 4-run inning there. Christian Moore, what an at-bat that was, especially that foul ball and that break a ball that was so deep in the strike zone. Just fouled it off. Was able to come through with a clutch sac fly.
So you can get something going against Garrett Crochet, who's made it through 5 innings with 7 strikeouts, only 2 hits allowed. Back Back-to-back hits in the 4th inning. Although Taylor Ward was thrown out rounding third base too far. Lead stop sign from Bo Porter got Ward in a hot spot. 2 balls, no strikes on Moore. It's 1-0 game. The Angels had their infield in earlier after the Meyer triple. And this is why.
Boy, we helped him out there going after that one off the outside part of the plate.
Swing and a miss on that fastball. 2-2. Crochet now 132 strikeouts, which leads all of baseball. This leads the American League in innings pitched to 107 now. And another swing and a miss for strike 3. So Crochet now 3 straight strikeouts and 8 in the game.
That's firm fastball right there again.
1 out. The batter will be Neto, 3rd time through the order now.
Right down the heart, but 97 just pulled off it.
A ton of swings and misses today for Crochet, but enough to get 8 strikeouts worth. Seems like most of his swings and misses in this game have come on strike 3 itself. Balls and a strike on Neto. Stay tuned after this inning. Our Arco game break. Crochet is one of just 2 Red Sox pitchers in history to have this many strikeouts, this low of an ERA, in this few of starts in a season. As Neto fouls one off. 125 strikeouts and a 2.20 ERA entering today in 16 starts. The only other Red Sox pitcher to ever do that was Pedro Martinez.
Never even Roger Clemens either.
Hunter Strickland and Reed Detmers getting ready for the 7th. Imagine Detmers would come in if the Angels get a run here. That's why the Red Sox gave Crochet that big contract after they traded for him. 6 years, $170 million. It starts next year. As Neto whiffs, and that's the 9th strikeout for Crochet, his 4th in a row.
98. That crossfire delivery too.
Doesn't seem to lose velocity as he goes along in any of his performances.
As big and as strong as he is, he's not going to that lower half of his body. How he drives towards the plate. And crossfire hides the baseball well.
So 2 outs, and here's Renifo. He has made contact a couple of times at least. Ground out and a fly out.
Yeah, both on the first pitch.
Crochet's had 3 games this year with at least 10 strikeouts. He's got 9 right now. White Sox got a lot back from Boston. Didn't get any of the big prospects. They did get last year's first-round pick Braden Montgomery, along with catching prospect Kyle Teal. Chase Mydroth in that trade, and Wickleman Gonzalez. Only Montgomery has not appeared in a big league game this year. They're excited about Teal, and they're excited about Montgomery, but the Red Sox have Crochet locked up now for the future. 2-2 on Renifo. Fouled that off his foot.
The cutter coming in on Renifo, fouled right off his foot. Still not a lot of pitches thrown here for Crochet into the 6th inning. This 81.
You're going to get one more inning beyond this. And they'll be lined up the way they want with Weissert and Chapman. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Renifo. He stays alive.
Another sweeper.
Crochet did only throw 85 pitches in a game against the Mets May 21st, but he's been over 100 a few times since then. Got to 112 against Atlanta, a career high. Renifo with a fly ball to right center. It's carrying a bit. Sends Rafaela back near the wall as he makes the catch. Ball ended up going a pretty long way. And that ends the inning, and Crochet's retired 6 in a row. Time right now, though, for our Arco game break. Send you to Cincinnati for the debut of Chase Burns. Last year's #2 overall draft pick, 8 strikeouts. His first 6 outs were all strikeouts for Burns. Struck out Aaron Judge early in that game. And the Reds are playing a lot better. Gavin Lux had the walk-off hit. Cincinnati now 4 games above 500.
Yeah, Terry Francona's done a nice job with Cincinnati. Had some ups and downs, but they have some serious talent, especially on the offensive side. Now with these young pitchers we saw there today with Burns, I mean, they got a chance to be in one of the making some noises in that division, especially the Cubs can swing the bat, but everybody else in that division's kind of bunched up.
And the Cardinals and the Brewers as well here at Angel Stadium tonight. Haven't been many hits against Garrett Crochet. Haven't been many hits for the Red Sox either.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Tyler Anderson did a good job. Brockton did a nice job. Crochet is just everything you hear about him. You know, in the starting rotation, strong, big, has that fastball going real well. His cutter, his sweeper's been pretty good, but he throws a lot of strikes, and he's been very efficient so far through 6.
Now it's 1-0 Boston as we head to the 7th inning. Right now, it's time for our Arco game break.
The face of the game of baseball is running through this guy right here.
That dude has electricity coming out of his pores.
You're changing the sport, man. I go out there every day and give them 100%.
Every day he does something that draws your attention.
Green is cooking with gas. It feels like he's finally put it all together. I think Hunter Green's about to become a super ace of a playoff team. That's what the Cincinnati Reds are going to be in 2025.
Step up to the plate.
At Angel Stadium, the first 25,000 fans Friday, July 11th, receive a reversible throwback bucket hat courtesy of Yakult Probiotic Drink. Visit angels.com/promotions for more info. It'll be the Arizona Diamondbacks in town for that weekend right before the All-Star break. The Angels will wear their throwback uniforms. I mean, technically, the Angels can wear those throwbacks whenever they want. They're part of their regular uniform outfit. They have to be for throwback week to exist. Nike will not make throwback uniforms unless you make them part of your regular uniform crop. Jarren Duran is leading off here in the 7th. It's hit hard and through, a base hit. Campero cuts it off. Duran sizing up second base. Campero with a good arm, his throw too late. Duran with great speed and runs through with a double against Hunter Strickland.
Boy, slider middle of the plate. He was quick with those hands. And he's super fast. He's thinking double right out of the batter's box. You don't get a double unless you think that way. Well, compare where he was playing more to right center. No hesitation.
Duran's first hit tonight. He had a double in the game yesterday. Then he got thrown out on that base running mistake. So we'll see what happens here with Trevor Story coming up. 1-0 Boston. Duran has not hit much lately, just 172 over his last 15 games.
Strickland's had a pickoff on that move already this year. Duran loves to try to steal third.
Duran certainly an exciting player at times. Had a tremendous year last year. Was 8th in the American League MVP voting. One strike on Story.
Strickland could really use a strikeout here just to keep Duran at second base here without advancing even on an out.
Duran 15 stolen bases on the year, though he has been caught 5 times. Ball 2 strikes.
A chance now with his sweeper or slider. Seward already with 95 strikeouts on the season. Interesting is watching Hoppy setting up real late because you have Durant at second base. So if you set up pitch location, they can give it a sign, lean one way or the other way to give the hitter a chance to think what pitch could be coming. So Hoppy's just trying to stay there as long as possible before he sets that target at the end. So that late movement he had.
2-2 now on Story, who's grounded out to the left side twice today. Bouncing ball to third. This time Duran stays put as Rahifo fires across on a close play to get Story.
Big out. Stayed in on him on that pitch to force him to hit the ball to that left side of the infield. Now you almost feel that Duran could take a shot to try to steal.
It's Rafaela coming up 0 for 2. Strickland had not given up a run this season until his last appearance. Got knocked around by the Astros, gave up 3 runs. In his first 14 appearances this year with no earned runs allowed. It's another grounder to the left side. Neto will throw it, and Wade gets the tag down on Rafaela on a close play again. 2 outs.
Well, the scorer wants to make sure he did apply the tag. Nice play by Wade Jr. on this one. His throw got away from Neto, but a quick tag, get him on the arm.
Telling that play, Durant really wants to run.
Yes.
And to put himself in a harness to keep him at second base. He was pretty far off the bag even. You know, Neto had slipped in and throw behind him. He might have been caught again. 2 outs now with Durant still at second after a leadoff double. The batter is Meyer, who has tripled and singled tonight. The Red Sox only have 3 hits. These are the 2 guys with him. Durant on second base and Meyer at the plate.
Well, it's a young hitter at the plate, but you do have an open base too.
Journeyman on deck in Nate Eaton. Strickland facing Meyer here with 2 outs. 1-0 the score. Angels trying to keep it right there. Tonight with scarce offense. Ball 2 strikes on Meyer.
Taylor Ward taking a couple steps in now in left field with 2 strikes. And if you're Strickland, you're going to try to get the young hitter here to chase something out of the strike zone. He's had a good night already tonight swinging the bat.
That's a called 3rd strike. So Strickland works around that leadoff double. Durant never moved off second, and it's still 1-0.
Kansas City's hot.
They are relentless.
And Bobby Witt Jr. is piping hot.
One big swing from the Royal superstar.
The greatest player on earth right now.
You become like a massive, massive force.
Salute indeed to El Capitan.
You have to work more. You have to sacrifice yourself more.
That's the type of baseball that wins come postseason.
Just the team that we have, just doing things 1 pitch at a time, 1 inning at a time. It's just so much fun.
Think you know Kyle Schwarber?
He's not playing lawyer ball. He's looking to do damage and hit home runs. Kyle Schwarber gets it. And that's why, despite not being our prototype, he's one of our very favorite players.
Get in the know with MLB Now on MLB Network.
We got hands up in the air, 'cause it's a party. We having fun here, 'cause it's a party.
Oh my! This guy is next level. Oh my goodness!
Lots of great baseball coming, and good guess, by the way.
Play baseball like I'm still a young kid, like a little teenager.
Good luck trying to hit that, man. It's unhittable.
What a moment! This is the show that never ends.
making a movie now, Halo movie, and what actor would play you in the movie?
Ooh. I'm gonna have to go Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake, oh, wow.
I think we have similar facial features, similar hair, and the way he acts, I mean, he gives 100% of all of his emotions, and I think that would be perfect for actor for me.
Who is going to play Joe Adele in the movie?
I'll probably go ahead and say Michael B. will probably be one. Obviously pretty well known. I think he'd do a good job.
Is that the Jack one from Roadhouse movie? I don't know if you ever saw that one. He was built pretty good on that one.
That one, and I'm thinking Prisoners as well. I mean, Nightcrawler, you can name them all. He's one of the best.
That's wait, I got to know who would play you in a movie. Come on.
Jake Gyllenhaal for Shonowell.
Yes. I love his confidence.
1 ball, 1 strike here on Trout as he takes ball 2. You know, can we throw back in time and get like Al Pacino, a younger version of him, to come in here and play me?
There you go. That would be perfect. Oh yes.
Can't do it now. He's like 90.
Well, that's even better for you.
Yeah, that maybe. Could CGI him as 50 years ago.
Yes.
2 balls, 1 strike on Trout, leading off here in the bottom of the 7th. 1-0 Boston with the lead. Swing and a miss. Who's playing you?
Well, Dennis Quaid. Oh, Dennis Quaid playing. Yes, yeah, I think so. Yeah, that'd be kind of
He's
fun.
already pitched in a movie too.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah,
he knows the mechanics of it.
Yes, he does. Erica, who do you got? Who's playing you in the movie?
I'm gonna go Margot Robbie, only because I tend to gravitate towards Barbie pink. That's the best I can do. I wear that color a lot.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I also go Christina Applegate back in the day because she's kind of that warm presence. Let's have some fun, but also like don't mess with me. So I'll go with that.
Oh wow.
Too. You know, one of those two.
Yeah.
Superstars.
Al Pacino, way to go, Wade.
Star-studded cast, sounds like. Ball 4 to Trout. He's on base with a walk. And the leadoff man now on base here for the Angels, down by 1 against Crochet.
And the interesting thing is, I know the thought is against Crochet is a steal, but Mike Trout right now, I don't think that's even a possibility.
Taylor Ward has been on base twice against Crochet, a walk and a double. Time called there. Was that Crochet stepped off or Ward called timeout?
Well, Narvaez called the timeout there, I thought.
There's a strikeout at the knees to Ward, painted by Crochet. Was 9 strikeouts tonight, but now he has 3 walks as well.
Remember, he hit that double on a sweeper right down the third baseline. Eaton's off the line again a little bit at third base.
Strike 2 to Ward, back on that inside corner. Crochet had not walked 3 in a game since April 29th. These Angels have their walking shoes on in this series.
Yes,
now.
they do.
It's 14 in these 2 games. No balls, 2 strikes on Taylor Ward. A swing and a miss. The 10th strikeout for Garrett Crochet.
After a couple pitches on the inside part of the plate, he won the outer half with a 4-seam fastball, still at 97, so still a lot of life on it. A lot of power at the plate here now.
Logan O'Hoppe had a base hit his last time. Next to hunt that high fastball, and he
had a good hack at it.
Like there.
Thing is, though, with Crochet, you always think of a close game like this, usually shy away from coming inside, but he is not with his fastball. Usually you think let him get beat the other way, but he's staying inside. He's going back in again. And he missed his spot there, though.
Hoppe's hit 3 homers in his last 2 games. 17 now on the year. He's second on the team behind Ward. Alex Cora riding Crochet here in the 7th. This will be his 95th pitch. It's blown by O'Hoppe, 1-2.
The thing is, on that swing there for O'Hoppe, he tried to pull that ball. He's staying away on him now. He's got power to right center.
Angels have only mustered up 2 hits against Crochet. O'Hoppe has 1 of them.
That was 110 off the bat. I think he wants to go back inside on a cutter, maybe. 4-seamer upstairs. Still a lot on that fastball. He doesn't slow down at all.
He doesn't lose velocity as the game goes along. He hasn't in any of his starts this year. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Missed with the sweeper, now 3-2. Now would you see Trout run or still not yet?
I think if Trouty felt good enough, he definitely has the green light to go here, but I'm not so sure he feels quite good enough to do it.
Three balls, 2 strikes. See if Trout does make a move here. He's the tying run at first. He drew a leadoff walk. Ground ball, and it's handled by Eaton. The throw a little high at second, but they do get Trout. As the second baseman Meyer got back on the bag.
Looked like they had a good shot at a double play ball, unable to get that done. So maybe that's a break you need. You're facing a guy like Crochet, any break you can get is big, because that looks like it's going to be tailor-made double play, but a high throw.
If you do start the runner there, Trout probably ends up making it, and Eaton would have had to go to first. Trout still not really able to take off his usual way. 2 outs, and now Joe Adell with a long fly ball as last time will be the batter here. Carlos Narvaez out to the mound. We'll take a quick ride with Kia.
A lot of power generally on the first pitch for Joe Adell.
Ball 1. The Angels have a handful of comeback wins in the month of June. Tied with the Giants for the most in the majors. Trying to come back against the Red Sox tonight, down 1-0 in the 7th now. 1 ball, 1 strike on Adell.
A pretty good pitch hit there. He didn't get it inside on him enough.
It's 100 pitches now for Crochet. Told you about his 112 in the start not too long ago. There's nobody up right now in the Red Sox bullpen. They want Crochet to finish this inning. Adell hits one the other way. Meyer with a diving stop, but he can't get the throw off, and it's a base hit. Broken bat single for Adell, and now runners on first and second.
We've got a pinch hitter here now. Into the outfield grass. Myers played third base. He's played some shortstop, second base, unable to get the grip on the transfer.
Angels don't have a lot of options on their bench right now for a big hit, but one they do have is their other catcher. Travis d'Arnaud will hit for Campero here. The Angels are also angling to get Shonowell into this game too somehow. They can move Wade to right field, put Shonowell in at first.
Andrew Bailey coming out to just go over the scouting report.
2 righties are up, Weissert and Zach Kelly. I think if Weissert's getting ready to protect a lead or a tie game, and Kelly's getting ready in case d'Arnaud hits one into the bullpen.
Saw last night, he's still pretty quick on fastballs upstairs.
To manage for both outcomes if you're the Red Sox here, and Alex Cora. d'Arnaud has never faced Crochet, largely pitching out of the bullpen for most of his career until last season.
A bit better on fastballs this year, 250, slugging a 397 versus fastballs.
1 on the cutter. d'Arnaud has a couple of pinch hit home runs. The Angels have hit 4 pinch hit homers this year. d'Arnaud has one of them.
He's had a couple big moment home runs too for the Halos. Just take a base hit here.
Ball, no strikes. Fly ball towards shallow right, might be a tough play. And is caught by the first baseman Gonzalez in foul territory.
Talent-wise with the the Correas and the Royce Lewises and the Buxtons firing at the height of their power. They're probably the most talented team.
Royce Lewis puts his team on top.
Postseason monster, we all know that.
Grand slam, Carlos Correa.
With Byron Buxton, it's the tools, the speed, the power.
He knows one speed, and that's to go get it.
I think that we're a great team. I think we know we're a great team.
The Twins have the most talent in that division.
The face of the game of baseball is running through this guy right here.
That dude has electricity coming out of his pores.
You're changing the sport, man. I go out there every day and give them 100%.
Every day he does something that draws your attention.
Green is cooking with gas.
It feels like he's finally put it all together. I think Hunter Green's about to become a super ace of a playoff team. That's what the Cincinnati Reds are going to be in 2025.
Did he do it? Oh my goodness, what a play!
An absolute beast unleashed.
You are unbelievable.
Racking them up, all I do is win. Start that hashtag like a boss. Yeah, that's how I roll. Keep on nailing and never miss it back. Enjoy the show.
Relive the biggest plays from every game with Abby LeVar on Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings on MLB Network.
Angels fans get 2 tickets and $20 in food and beverage credit with the Let's Eat bundle. Visit angels.com/Let's Eat. Pick your game and get 2 tickets plus $20 for food. Purchase your bundle at angels.com/Let's Eat. It's the 8th inning here, and Sam Bachman, who was tremendous in the 8th inning last night, earned his first big league win in over 2 years. He'll pitch the 8th inning here tonight as well.
Yeah, his slider was great. Scott Kingery out in center field. Joe Adell moves over to right.
Angels electing to beef up their outfield defense. I doubt Toro or I doubt Kingery would get an at bat here tonight, considering that Nolan Shonowell is still on the bench. If Kingery's spot comes up, almost automatically you'd see Shonowell there. Here's Abraham Toro pinch hitting for Nate Eaton. Toro is a switch hitter, but he does more from the left side. And he pops this one straight up.
That good slider again for Bachman. Threw 12 pitches, 8 strikes last night. Back-to-back games for Bachman.
1 out here in the 8th, and we'll also see Wilyer Abreu now batting for Refsnyder. Well, we might see Abreu earlier when Connor Brogdon entered the game with 2 outs in the 5th inning. That's like a good time to put in Abreu, but Alex Cora let Refsnyder have the at bat. He grounded out. It hasn't hurt the Red Sox yet because the Angels haven't scored yet. Still 1-0. Well, the day game here tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Yusei Kikuchi will face a pitcher to be named. I guess the Red Sox still have not announced tomorrow's starter.
Powerful arms down there in the bullpen right now for the Red Sox warming up.
Chapman's just flipping a towel, so it's Weiser that's getting ready to come in. It's called a strike to Abreu.
Backdoor that slider. .92-mile-an-hour changeup.
Abreu with 13 homers. He had 15 last year as a rookie. Also won a Gold Glove last year, but he's the DH now in this spot in the order as he backs away from that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Announced crowd 33,115, a little bigger than last night. Pretty good sized crowd on this Tuesday night.
Abreu hooks one foul. We've seen pitcher's duel in some sense, certainly on one side from Crochet, and because it's still a pitcher's duel if you use 4 pitchers.
Yes.
The Angels have had Anderson, Brogdon, Strickland, and Bachman get into the 8th inning with only 1 run allowed. That's strike 3 to Abreu.
98 after that slider down. He saw that swing on that pitch down. Nice job by Logan O'Hoppe recognizing that, seeing what the hitter is capable of hitting pitches down, so he goes upstairs with a heater.
That's an easy 98 too, isn't it?
Yes, free and easy.
So now it's Roman Anthony, who's 0 for 3 today. 2 up, 2 down. Bachman has handled the 2 lefty pinch hitters with no problem. Toro popped out and Abreu goes down looking. Now another lefty, and Anthony hits it hard. Neto with a diving stop. He gets up. He throws out Anthony. A great play to win the inning.
Boy, what a play that was. That was a rocket. That was by him. That's the kind of play that can spark the offense. That's almost in the outfield grass. Gets up quickly. Dynamic play by a great player.
Should have used tick pick.
Wait, what'd you say?
Tick pick. Look.
Oh, whoa, dude.
What? There are no hidden fees. What'd you guys think I said?
Oh, tick pick. I thought you said.
If you ask your family what they want for dinner and you get 4 different answers, this one's for you. With Home Chef's family menu, eating dinner together just got easier, thanks to family-sized, oven-ready recipes that make dinner time stress a thing of the past. Our fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and easy prep recipes save you time and money. The oven-ready tin means no pots or pans, so you can breeze past after-dinner cleanup. Home Chef's family menu, solving family dinner, one meal at a time. Get 18 free meals at homechef.com.
Where did you get these seats?
I got a guy.
You've got a guy. You gotta use Game Time for concert tickets. It's also the best way to guarantee you're getting the lowest price to your favorite artist, even at the last minute.
What time is it? It's game time!
Top tier play tonight. Well, it's a defensive one. Zach Neto with a great play to end the top of the 8th.
It's 107 off the bat, 1 hop. What a play, strong throw to finish off the inning. Zach Magneto on the play.
The pitcher in there for the Red Sox, Garrett Crochet, is done after 7, leaving with a 1-0 lead in the hands of the bullpen. Greg Weissert is on here in the 8th inning. They'll use Aroldis Chapman for the 9th. David Hamilton has entered the game to play second base.
Good hack at that one there, lower part of the strike zone.
Marcelo Meyer moves over to third. Weissert pitching his 39th game, the most in the American League. So Hamilton will bat in the number 9 spot in the order. And the Angels didn't do a lot with Crochet. 3 hits, 3 walks, no runs though, 10 strikeouts. He's in line for the win, but the Angels only have a run to make up for here. A couple of innings to work with. Lamont Wade. It's jammed a bit and pops it up toward Rafaela. 1 out. Wade, who started the 8th inning rally last night, unable to get it going here in the 8th inning today. Christian Moore, the batter now.
Weissert fastball 92-96. He'll sink it. Slider changeup. High percentage of first pitch sinker. See if he gets one here.
Moore striking out in his first 2 at bats against Crochet and had a kind of a hanging slider there that he whiffed on. Hard to believe that Crochet is the first Red Sox pitcher to ever have 10 strikeouts in a game with no runs allowed here at Angel Stadium. There's a fly ball to left, hit pretty well toward the corner. The rookie has tied it. Christian Moore with his second home run.
Boy, you gotta love this kid. What a moment. Ties it up just like that. Simo. See you.
The win for Crochet goes out the window with one swing.
Sometimes like a great defensive play like Zach Neto do can spark the offense, and Christian Moore just like that, his second career home run, a big one, game tying home run. 108.4 off the bat.
Serious damage to a fellow New Yorker. Moore from Brooklyn, Weissert from Long Island. Brooklyn won the battle.
The barrel. Got the barrel.
1 ball, 1 strike on Neto. 0 for 3.
Well, you see that wrist drop. It stays upstairs, and he was quick with the hands. And he knew it. 387. So bat flip already too for the young kid. He knows a lot of big moments.
First homer allowed for Weissert since May 25th, his 4th overall. Now Neto trying to yank one to the corner, hit it foul.
I would have got real instinct if I get down the line there.
Big pop here from Christian Moore.
Good take.
Line base hit.
A lot of speed now at first base. That was 105, so 2 good swings in a row with serious exit velocity.
Now good speed out there at first as well, representing the go-ahead run. Crochet comes out, left a 1-0 lead behind. Greg Weissert retired the first batter. We gave up a home run to the second. Now the third batter, Neto, with a base hit.
Allowed 5 stolen bases in 6 attempts.
Luis Renifo looks at a strike at the knees. This has to be a spot to run then.
Baez throws the ball pretty well behind the plate, though. Still don't have 15 base stealers, but it still might be worth a shot with that speed. Neto with 13 bags this year.
There he goes, and Renifo fouled one.
He had a great jump too. Straight steal on that one.
The ball's 2 strikes on Renifo. 1 out.
Look at all that room now way down the third baseline. That's where he hits the ball a lot with 2 strikes. I don't think you go now though.
Punches out on the breaking ball. 2 outs now, and Trout will be the batter. It's like Jansen is ready to go. He's up in the Angels bullpen. So after he came out of last night's game with that cramp, he said he'd be ready today, and it looks like he is. Throw behind the runner as Neto is back in. The last time an Angels rookie hit a game-tying homer in the 8th inning or later was Sean Wooten in 2001.
Sean Wooten.
Christian Moore got the job done tonight, tying this game up. 1-1 in the 8th. There goes Neto. Throw to second by Narvaez. Neto did not get a good jump. He is out. It's all tied up. Christian Moore, the reason why. A hook shot into the left field corner. His second major league homer. A big one to make it 1-1.
I'll give you this brand new
electric vehicle
if you can prove to me you know your finances. How many subscriptions are you paying for?
Just 3.
You sure? Let's download the Rocket Money app right now and see if you're right. It's actually 21 subscriptions, which is costing you around $370 a month.
The app is telling you all this?
Rocket Money shows you all your expenses in one place and even helps you suggest a budget based on your past spending. Don't worry about the 21 subscriptions. You can cancel them right within the app. It'll even try and get you some of your money back.
Why pay too much for cable TV when it costs less for Fubo? Get all the channels you want with all the entertainment you love for the price that cable can't beat. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
Relive the biggest plays from every game with Abby LeVar on Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings on MLB Network.
Get ready, it's Golick and Golick featuring Mike Golick Sr. and Mike Golick Jr. airing on FanDuel Sports Network all week long starting at noon as they bring the heat with bold takes, big personalities, and some of the biggest names in sports. Don't miss the action weekdays at 12 p.m. only on FanDuel Sports Network. It's the top of the 9th, and Kenley Jansen will try to keep this game tied.
Keep it tied, and Mike Trout leading off the bottom of the 9th.
Jansen's 462 career saves, 4th most in Major League history. 15 of them have come this year. 56 of them came in a Red Sox uniform the last 2 years. Romy Gonzalez will lead off here in the top of the 9th. Strike one.
Wow.
A generous call for Jansen.
That's a guy with 462 career saves getting that call.
He was an all-star for Boston 2 years ago. He might be an all-star this year considering he has not blown a save this season. It was called a strike even though Ohapi clanked it. Sometimes we've seen this year where the catcher will miss a strike and the umpire doesn't call it one even though it's in the strike zone.
Yes.
It didn't happen that time. The strike was called anyway. No balls, 2 strikes. It was directly over our heads.
You might have a shot at that one.
Nice loft to it. Cutter got.
I was right in on him. I might have even hit him if he didn't swing.
Ground ball. Neto with a backhand. He flipped it for a moment and now the throw gets away. Fortunately for the Angels, it stayed in play. That ball had gone into the dugout. Gonzalez would have been able to advance to second base, but he stays at first. And now the training staff's coming out to look at Neto.
I think he was all that comfortable in his arm right there when he threw that ball.
That repaired shoulder is giving him some issues. It's like they're calling Kingery in. I think they're going to take Neto out.
See how the way he threw that baseball, and they're going to probably have to put Wade out in the outfield, Joe Adell back to center, and then Shonewell maybe at first.
Zach Neto had shoulder surgery in the offseason coming out of this game. So Scott Kingery will move into the infield, likely to play shortstop here. The Angels wanted Shonewell to take that at bat for Kingery coming up. I mean, it's not that far away, so see if the Angels maybe send Kyron Paris to center field.
Remember, a couple times recently he's tried to slide in their feet first. He's moving his shoulder after that head first slide. Remember, that's how he got hurt last year doing it.
Yeah. Hopefully it's something minor, but we'll wait to hear more after the game about Neto.
Looks like Kyron Paris out in center.
So that's more, I think. So they want Shonewell, I think, to take that at bat if possible. So Kyron Paris, who's here while Kevin Newman is on paternity leave, takes over in center field as Kingery moves to shortstop. And tough break here for the Angels. The guy who's essentially been their best player the last couple of years, Neto, leaving this game early. The leadoff man is on base here. They did give Neto an error to allow Gonzalez to reach. That's how this top of the ninth starts in a tie game. Here is Carlos Narvaez.
Certainly a guy you get a ground ball double play, although Kenley not a lot of ground balls normally. Three stolen bases for Gonzalez, caught twice.
Balls and a strike.
He's going.
Throw down to second by O'Hoppe. It is in time. They got him.
That was a quick tag.
Moore dropped the ball. Initially, the second base umpire, Jim Wolf, said that Gonzalez was out. And then the ball squirted out of the glove of Moore.
Well, that was a quick throw, too, from the knees.
And they never really had possession of the ball there.
I'm not so sure it was going to be out anyhow if we take a look at that one.
Now it's still 0-2 on Narvaez. An error and a stolen base, putting Gonzalez in scoring position as the go-ahead run.
Needing that punch out for a guy that gets a lot of punch outs. Kenley Jansen. He's looking back just to make sure. Second base here. He's not letting him know where the pitch he's going to throw here. And location.
Upstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Narvaez.
Well, there's a hush in the crowd right now, too. See how much Zach Neto means to this team.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Go ahead, run at second to start the inning. Fly ball to left center field. Will likely not move over the runner. As Taylor Ward makes the catch, and the runner at second base, Gonzalez, has to stay put. 1 out.
A shot got line on that throw, too. A little bit of communication breakdown as Cameron Parrish out there in center again. Taylor did a nice job of getting in that baseball and quickly throwing it in, though.
Now Duran will be the batter. Duran had a leadoff double in the 7th inning and never left second base.
It's got speed. I think they're going to have a quick conversation what they want to do here now.
Barry Enright calls time. To talk about with Angels Live postgame coming up as it's presented by OC Navigator, including an update potentially on Zach Neto's status after he left this game, seemingly favoring the shoulder that needed off-season surgery.
He's had so many plays at shortstop, so many off-balance throws, head first slides on attempted stolen bases.
He's been the best defensive shortstop in the game, according to defensive runs saved since the beginning of last year. He gives you a lot of effort every day at that position, makes a lot of plays that even good regular shortstops don't. So it's certainly a blow if the Angels don't have him for any length of time, even 1 game. It seems like, you know, we saw him not in the lineup Sunday, and it was noticeable. Until he came in and hit a home run as a pinch hitter. Here's Duran with 1 out.
I think that was a conversation with Barry Enright and Kenley Jansen, the veteran. What do you want to do? You have an open base. Lefty at the plate. Kenley's going after him. Kingery can keep Gonzalez a little bit closer here now. Second. Rengifo is well off the bag at third. If he does go, it'll be both a foot race to the bag.
Balls, 1 strike on Duran. Trevor Story on deck, looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th. The Angels will have Trout, Ward, and O'Hoppe against most likely Chapman. Jansen, even in the era without the pitch, with the pitch clock, still able to take his time.
Yes.
When there's a guy on base.
How he does it, really. Especially all those moves he makes before he gets into the throwing position.
2 balls and 1 strike.
Looks like he went.
He definitely did. It's 2-2. There was a lot of concern about Jansen specifically after the pitch clock was put into the game. He was one of the guys that people were like, well, how's he going to do it? He was never really worried about it. He said he would find a routine that would work, and he has.
Tried to go back upstairs again on it.
Even with that routine, still feels like he takes his time.
Yes.
Within the constructs of the time. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Jarren Duran. 1 out with Gonzalez at second base.
Still think he's got a chance to get him a chase above the strike zone here.
He did on the 2nd strike. We'll see what happens here. 3-2. Walked him.
A lot of speed on the bases now.
1st and 2nd, and Trevor Story will bat. Story has hit 3 ground balls to the left side tonight. He's only hit into 1 double play all year and close to 300 at bats.
Still runs really well. Really, really well. Might see a double steal here, too.
Gonzalez at second, Duran at first. And a pop-up. First pitch. Paris, Adele, Moore. It's Moore with Paris sliding at his feet.
Yeah, you want to make sure an infielder gets that, because that's going to be an out with an infield fly. If he can camp underneath that, you want the infielder to make the play on that.
Paris full steam ahead. Moore saying, what is this?
Garrett's got some energy. He almost ran into Taylor Ward over in left field, now running all the way in, trying to take out Christian Moore.
So 2 outs, and now Rafaela. He had the walk-off homer against the Angels in Boston, although if he hits him in that same spot here, Adele will catch it on the grass. Swing and a miss on a 95-mile-an-hour cutter. Needless to say, Jansen feeling a lot better tonight.
Yeah, a lot more velo on that cutter.
Leadoff man made it to second base after an error and a steal. He's still there with 2 outs. And check swing. Yes. Rafaela was all tied up. 96 on
96, a serious cut to it.
Like 2015, Kenley Jansen throwing that hard with the cutter. Angels trying to keep it tied for Trout to lead off the bottom of the 9th. Fly ball to right, backing up Adele, hit pretty well, but Adele on the grass, just like I said, makes the catch.
Yes.
Jansen a scoreless inning. The Angels need 1 to win it.
Never clean your gutters again with LeafGuard. LeafGuard's seamless design keeps leaves, pests, and sediment out while directing water away from your home, preventing wood rot and foundation decay, giving you peace of mind that your home and family are protected from water damage with the industry's premier maintenance-free gutter system. Call 844-6LeafGuard right now for 75% off installation plus $200 off your purchase. LeafGuard, get it today. Protected for life.
Roar is back in Motown.
Right now, Major League Baseball, we have a new Tiger King. Tarek Skubal owns this mound.
Look at him walking off the mound. This guy's a nightmare.
This kid's special, doing it all.
Riley Green saves the day.
Does everything on the field, plays great defense, can steal bags.
He's a monster.
If I'm on time, I know my swing is going to be in the best spot possible for me to hit the ball.
Riley Green tears into another one.
That's the Tigers, baby.
Angels baseball on FanDuel Sports Network, brought to you by UCI Health. Compassionate expert care for everyone in the region. Learn more at ucihealth.org. And by Pechanga Resort Casino. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga, conveniently located right off the I-15 in Temecula.
Look at this game here tonight, when you have Kenley Jansen at the top of the 9th and Aroldis Chapman in the bottom of the 9th.
Well, between the two of them, 811 career saves. Jansen 462, Chapman 349. And he's been great so far this year. They both, as they've aged, they're roughly the same age. And they're both still phenomenal.
Yes. Just watching today, Chapman is in incredible shape and still throwing very hard.
He really hasn't skipped a beat.
Fastball could still get up to 102. Slider, changeup, and split.
Mike Trout leads off the bottom of the 9th in this tie game. And it's ball 1. Trout is 2 for 4 against Chapman lifetime.
Go back to Hyundai Key for the Halos to be able to pull this one off underneath it all, especially if you get that ball down in the zone. Trout can walk it off here.
Jansen only about 5 months older than Chapman is. They both debuted in 2010, and they have been really side by side as two of the best relievers in baseball for a decade and a half. Trout on a check swing. Chapman drops it. Trout's going to reach.
Got a break on that one. Chapman got off the mound quickly. He catches that, spins around. He's going to be able to get Trout, but Trout picks up an infield hit. If you don't touch that, that ball goes right to third.
He's never really been good at fielding, Chapman.
When you throw 102, I don't really think you have to.
So Trout is on the winning run. Now Taylor Ward has doubled and walked tonight. Surprisingly, outside of Trout and Darno, nobody's really faced Chapman much. Ward's faced him twice and walked. Chapman just over 100 over to first.
Trying to breathe over there after that ball was thrown that hard as a first baseman.
Chapman began his major league career with the Reds, was the ultimate fireballer, the likes we've never seen. He drops in a slider at 86.
He had the fastball maybe a little bit off the inside corner at the knees, called a strike, and fastball, and then he dropped the slider there.
Some really good years with the Yankees. He was fantastic in that half season with the Cubs when they went and won the World Series. 0-2. And he strikes out Taylor Ward with 99. Like they should have just given Jansen and Chapman the day off and just went straight to the 10th inning.
Yes.
We'll see. O'Hoppe does hunt those fastballs. Said that about Crochet as well. O'Hoppe had a base hit against him. How deep Rafaela is. One ball, no strikes.
And this before that strikeout by Taylor Ward, Durant moved way over to left center field, figuring he was no way going to be able to pull Chapman's pitch. He's pretty far off the line here too, and O'Hoppe pulls a lot of baseballs.
Swings through that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. O'Hoppe had a walk-off homer last June against Josh Hader. Chapman has given up just 2 homers in 32 innings this year.
Jared Walsh hit that grand slam against him in New York a few years ago.
Chapman had some issues with the strike zone over the last few years, but he seemingly corrected that this year. He's only walked 9 hitters. And another strikeout. This time O'Hoppe goes down on strikes. So 2 outs. The batter will be Adele. You know, Adele is the one guy who kind of looks to right field on those outside fastballs, and you wonder if he gets one up off of Chapman here. He can send one to the gap.
Well, he's providing the power for him. When you're throwing that hard, all you do is if you somehow get the barrel of the bat on it, it can go a long way. Not going to be easy to score Trout for first base as deep as the outfielders are playing there.
100 missed inside from Chapman. Imagine in another era, any era, a 37-year-old throwing 100.
No one. That was the pitch there. That's the one he can hit pretty hard to right center. And right off the bat, Rafaela was moving quickly to right center just in case that was put in play. He is so deep in center field.
Came in on him there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Leadoff hit from Trout. And then Chapman has gone to work since with strikeouts of Ward and Ohapi. Red Sox got their only run in the third inning. Angels tied it in the 8th on Christian Moore's second big league homer. Rafael is on the warning track now.
He is deep out there.
He's got to be about 370 feet or so from home plate.
Certainly anything, a little flare in the outfield is definitely falling in for sure.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, what a cut from Adele.
That's 101. We've seen 101 and 102 in this sequence so far.
Chapman was the original 105er when Ben Joyce touched 105 last year. Chapman was the first man to get to that number in the pitch tracking era. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Adele. Bounced splitter from Chapman as Adele laid off. Now 3-2. Now Trout will get a little bit of a head start.
This is big, really.
It is big as a flare in the right spot, and you wonder if Trout can make it all the way.
And all the outfielders are playing extremely deep. Not just Rafaela, too. Duran playing deep.
A head start could help. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Joe Adele. There's a base hit and a walk tonight. Angels have the winning run on first base. And it's ball 4 to Joe Adele. So now what? Kingery is due up. Shonowell is on the bench, but it looks like Kingery is going to take the at bat here.
It's a real solid at bat by Joe Adele here. At least you get Trout in the scoring position.
Be ideal, but in a pinch, you know, Rengifo can play shortstop, or maybe Christian Moore could, or Paris, somebody if they needed to. With Shonowell coming into the game, could play short in extra innings, but it looks like Kingery will take the at bat here against Chapman.
You know, a little bit more shallow in the outfield here would be a more difficult task for Trout to score, although he does still have great speed.
He'll be off with contact too with 2 outs.
Could be a huge moment as a halo for Scott Kingery here to get a base hit.
Right through that fastball on the first pitch at 99. Kingery really forced into this at bat, especially with Neto out. Shonowell's the only Angel left on the bench right now. Trout's at second, the winning run. Got a piece but fouled it back. 0-2. Strikeout for Chapman to end the inning as he stares into the Angels dugout. He fans 3 and keeps it tied.
The 611 podcast meets MLB Network. Join longtime teammates and former MVPs Jimmy Rollins and Ryan Howard, plus other former players for unfiltered conversations about baseball, culture, and life. Only on MLB Network.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Let's get it started.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns.
Perfect balance. What? Boom.
Interviews with the players.
Get back to the fastball. I know what that passion feels like.
And a little bit.
Keeping.
You behave properly.
Hey.
Of everything else.
Come on, Marlins.
The window seats are. The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
If you're not watching this show, you're the problem.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Good morning. Love spending our day with you.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns.
Let your swing get you back to 50-50.
Interviews with the players.
Paul Games. This is game-changing, people.
If I ever get the chance to do this, I'm never saying no.
And a little bit.
It's a scam. No one's that happy.
This is a look of everything else. The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network.
Turn on MLB Tonight's all-new national pregame show live at 5 as Greg, Harold, and Dan preview all the night's matchups.
Premier talent. I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on.
MLB Tonight's national pregame show, weekdays on MLB Network.
It's 1, Red Sox 1 as this game moves into extra innings here at the Big A tonight. Red Sox have Meyer, Hamilton, Abreu, all lefties due up here in the top of the 10th inning. The Angels 5-1 in extras this year. The Red Sox have 5 wins too, but they've also had 8 extra inning losses. This is their 14th extra inning game this year, the most in the majors. For the Angels, it's their 6th, coming off their first extra inning loss last Friday against Houston after winning 5 straight extra inning games to start the year. The automatic runner is Rafaelo, who's got great speed at second base, and now Marcelo Meyer, who has 2 of the Red Sox 3 hits tonight. They'll lead off here in the 10th inning. Meyer struck out his last time. Angels have their corners pinching in, expecting a bunt. It's a ground ball, base hit instead, and Rafaelo's going to come home. The Red Sox immediately take the lead against Reed Detmers as Meyer has his 3rd hit tonight.
Boy, what a game he has had. And this against a tough pitcher, and he stayed on this one really well.
Red Sox cash in the ghost runner immediately. Marcelo Meyer 3 for 4 in this game gives the Red Sox a 2-1 lead. Now Hoppy's out to talk to Detmers. Important spot here to keep the other run from scoring now. They've got to keep it a 2-1 game. Red Sox have their bullpen back up. They've already used their top 2 guys, Weissert and Chapman.
Yeah, just to keep that just the 1-run deficit, you still feel he should be able to get that tying run home when you're here at home with a man on second with no outs.
Justin Wilson, the veteran left-hander, is up now for Boston. We'll see. Hamilton could be bunting here as well.
And he can bunt and he can fly.
He had a bunt base hit yesterday. Hamilton has 2 sacrifice bunts in his 53 games, batting only .181. Red Sox have played a fairly clean game tonight. As Hamilton trying to drag that bunt, bunts it foul. The team has had a lot of base running mistakes and unearned runs allowed and all that. They've played a pretty crisp game for the most part here.
If he drags that to first base, that's going to be a real tough play.
Hit himself as he
was in the batter's. No, he was in the batter's box. The plate umpire's pointing right away. He was inside the box.
Jason Nix, who's now in charge of calling down for the replay, ran right to the phone after this.
Yeah, he's definitely in the box there.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Hamilton. Still might have the bunt on here even with 2 strikes.
Yeah, I wouldn't go back too far.
Yeah,
Rengifo
pulled back a lot. Not bunting. It's a ground ball. Moore flips it for 1 out. Kingery to first. It's 2. A double play.
That's almost impossible to turn a double play with him. Kingery got a lot on that throw. Looks like they're checking it, but they're content with it. A lot on that throw from Kingery. Got him by a stride. Easy out of first. Nice turn.
Going over 30 feet per second. He still got doubled up. Second time this year Hamilton's hit into a double play. These guys are great players.
Yes.
Guys flying down
the line. 30.4 feet per second, elite speed, but that throw by Kingery, that was big because then you have him at first base.
Abreu pulls one into right field, so it's a 2-out single Willier Abreu against the lefty. It'll give Roman Anthony a chance. Detmer struck Anthony out last night. One of those 2 strikeouts Detmer's had with the bases loaded. It kept the game tied yesterday.
How big is that double play now? And well, you can run a little bit too. And mentioned before that Detmer's a little bit susceptible to a stolen base. I think they might take that shot.
Bottom of the 10th, the Angels will have to up Wade, Moore, and Paris, and they still have Shonowell on the bench. Kingery would be the automatic runner.
Good speed at second.
Ball, no strikes. As Anthony takes that one on the outer corner, a slider. Anthony's 0 for 4 today. The results have not come yet for Roman Anthony. He's 5 for 43 as a big leaguer.
Looked like he went. '96.
Count now, and the runner will get a head start.
Gonzalez, who hits lefties pretty well, waiting on deck. It's the guy you want to get if you read Detmers.
He does get him with a fastball right down the middle. So the automatic runner does come home. The Red Sox get the lead back. Christian Moore due up second. We'll see if the Angels can get one or more at the bottom of the 10th.
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan, and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
Everything looks good right now for the Yankees.
First take from the players.
I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on.
And the first of many breakdowns every game night. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's national pregame show, live at 5 Eastern on MLB Network.
The roar is back in Motown. Right now in Major League Baseball, we have a new Tiger King. Tarek Skubal owns this mound.
Look at him walking off the mound. This guy's a nightmare.
This kid's special, doing it all.
Riley Green saves the day.
Does everything on the field, plays great defense, can steal bags.
He's a monster.
If I'm on time, I know my swing is going to be in the best spot possible for me to hit the ball.
Riley Green tears into another one.
That's the Tigers, baby.
Some moments are too big to miss.
4 swings, 4 homers. Kyle Tucker, you are the man. It's gone. This place is going wild.
MLB Tonight brings you closer to the biggest plays from around the league as they happen.
What a play! Oh, my goodness!
Plus, highlights and reactions from the moments that matter most.
Good to get that win today, but got to keep going.
MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network.
Veteran left-hander has been hurt a lot over the last number of years, and he was early in his career. He was out there almost every day pitching for various teams, but here is now 37-year-old Justin Wilson.
Still throwing hard too, though. 94, 98. There was a cutter, mid-90s, slider and split.
He's actually born in Anaheim, but he grew up in Fresno. So we see Kingery take second base here as the ghost runner, the tying run.
Wilson with 3 wild pitches. Shonowell with a bat now.
Wilson was with the Reds last year, gave up 10 home runs. He has not allowed one yet with the Red Sox. He's pitched for the Pirates, the Yankees a couple of times, Tigers, the Cubs, and the Mets, and now with the Red Sox.
Red Sox are anticipating Lamont Wade bunting here.
The Angels thought the same about Meyer, and he smacked a base hit. Ward Rather, Wade was trying to do the same as that ball fouled back. Tying run at second to start the inning. It's the bottom of the 10th. Angels down 2-1. They'll have 3 chances at least to get that run home.
At the very least, pull that ball to that right side of the infield.
Upstairs to Wade, who draws a lot of walks historically. Wilson has issued 12 in 26 innings this year. He's really dominated lefties this season. Righties, though, have hit .346. Christian Moore on deck, a right-hander. Good cut, but it's 1-2. Nolan Shonowell appears to be getting ready for an at-bat in the Angels dugout in the spot where Kyron Paris would be.
Slider about 64% of the time on a 1-2 count to a lefty.
A swing and a miss on that cutter. So a big out for Wilson. Strikes out Wade. 1 out, and now Moore will bat. Christian Moore's the reason why we're in extra innings.
What a swing that was.
One ball, 1 strike on Moore. Right-handers have hit Wilson well. That's why the Red Sox have Zach Kelly up in the bullpen. If this inning gets to Trout or even maybe Renifo, they might make a change. But right now it's Moore with 1 out. And he hits an hard out to right center field, pretty deep. Rafael is back. It's over his head. It's off the wall. It might be a home run. Moore's racing on his way to third. The game is tied at least as Moore has a triple, and I think he's won it. Save it right to the Red Sox. It's a home run.
They're going to check it first. Simo says, see you later.
Well, somebody's out to get him in New Jersey. He has to go back.
They know it's gone. It is gone.
It is.
Wow. Simo, see you drive home comfortably.
What a night for Christian Moore.
That is insane.
The game-tying and game-winning home runs.
By the way, he's got like 5 seconds in the big leagues.
Well, it was the Simo show tonight at Angel Stadium as the rookie second baseman comes through in 2 massive ways. And the Angels win this series with a 3-2 10-inning victory.
Absolutely incredible. What a swing. That's his power. Even though he pulled the last home run out, he's got great power to right center. And that ball got out in a hurry. Seriously. Wow. Oh. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there.
That was before he knew they won the game.
He goes, wait,
he said,
I'm going home.
I won this thing.
Unreal. Wow.
First homer allowed this year by Justin Wilson.
Oh, that is unreal.
Christian Moore has finally gotten redressed, and now he's ready to talk to Erica Weston.
Simo, it was your night tonight. Tell me how you're feeling.
I don't even know right now. I'm super excited.
First career, you feel better now?
Feel better now, yeah.
First career walk-off, you had the game-tying home run. Describe, if you can, any emotions that you're feeling after a night like this.
Really just blacked out in both those moments. Just trying to put a good swing on it, get pitched over the middle of the plate, and just do everything I can for those guys in the dugout.
Is that how you were thinking in your approach when you tied it up with that home run, your second career home run?
Yeah, just like I said, just trying to get something over the middle of the plate. You know, Crochet was good tonight, so we were trying to just get something across the board and got a heater I can handle and just put a good swing on it.
Before you homered, Neto had a sweet defensive play in the half inning prior. Did that spark something with you guys?
Definitely. You know, he made a crazy play, throwing a runner out, diving and everything, and that was super cool. And I came in the dugout and was like, all right, now I got to do something cool and just try to follow the lead.
When the umpire let you know, hey, that was a homer, what'd you think?
No way. I had no idea. I was running, just trying to get to third base, and yeah, that was awesome.
Congratulations, what a night. Enjoy this one.
Thank you.
All right, guys, Christian Moore.
Well, the halo shines brightly tonight thanks to one young man's two big swings.
How do you tie it up and then you walk it off? Simo, see you.
It's going to go down as a historic Angels performance from Christian Moore, our Toyota player of the game indeed. A game tying over in the 8th. Go on home, the walk-off in the 10th to win it.
We got our hands up in the air, 'cause it's a party, we having fun here, 'cause it's a party. Oh my, this guy is next level. Oh my goodness.
Lots of great baseball coming, and good guess, by the way.
Play baseball like I'm still a young kid, like a little teenager.
Good luck trying to hit that, man. It's unhittable.
What a moment. This is the show that never ends.
The Mets were a great story last season. You got to think the expectations are sky high. They know that they're built to win. I love the additions.
Juan Soto to the Mets. It's real.
This is landscape changing that changes the arc of the Mets.
We want to make a dynasty.
Really like their bullpen a lot.
The ball game is over. Put it in the book.
It's going to take everything from everybody. We got to stay together and we got to post up.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks.
There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight.
The bats have come alive. A showstopper. We're just playing Powerball. This place doesn't know what hit them.
These teams are entertaining, are they not?
The show continues.
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Show bonus cash on specially tagged 2025 Nero vehicles.
What a scene here at Angel Stadium as Christian Moore at the game-tying home run in the bottom of the 8th, and then the walk-off game winner in the bottom of the 10th inning. The Angels storm back to beat the Red Sox 3-2 tonight. They can sweep Boston tomorrow for the finale of this series. Our coverage starts at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon on FanDuel Sports Network. Coming up next, Angels Live postgame presented by OC Navigator with Patrick O'Neill and Tim Salmon. For Gooby and Erica, I'm Wayne Randazzo saying good night from Angel Stadium.
Prime Day is coming.
Yordan Alvarez is just becoming this consistent hitting machine.
The big man who wears 44 is 4 for 4.
Face of the franchise, everything that is Houston now.
He's top 5 in every category for the Houston Astros historically.
Always just assume they're going to play in the ALCS.
There's no effort. Boom.
And you can kiss that goodbye. That's a game winner.
Late inning heroics once again. He's a legend.
Unbelievable.
This is a guy who has MVP-type potential.
Luis Robert is one of the most talented players in the league.
Great nickname, La Pantera.
Pantera can do it anywhere on the field.
He has the potential to be a 30-30 guy that can knock in 95 to 100 runs.
As a fan of the game, there's nobody I enjoy watching in center field than Mr. Luis Robert.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network.
Absolute thriller here tonight as we welcome you to our Angels Live postgame presented by OC Navigator. Christian Moore, a year ago, is just wrapping up college. Angels take him 8th overall, and now he is here in the show, tying the game with a homer, winning it with a home run, 2-run shot. One of the greatest individual games for a rookie you were going to see already was when he homered in the 8th. Hadn't had a rookie that had done this year. And he does that. Insane. Tremendous. Alongside Angels Hall of Famer Tim Salmon, Patrick O'Neill with you. What more can you say about what Christian Moore just accomplished here tonight as the Halos come back and win this?
You know, I had this flashing moment as I'm watching that play develop. A year ago, I was in Instructional League, and some lower field playing the Giants, and I saw him hit a ball like that to right center field, and it jumped off his bat, and I thought, wow. That is a different bat. That is not a minor league bat. That is a big league bat right there. And I was telling everybody, hey, this guy's got serious pop to right field. That's what that reminded me of. And it's kind of come full circle because it seemed like it was yesterday. I mean, it wasn't even a year ago. I mean, it was last fall. And here we are celebrating a walk-off with that same swing right there.
Just won the series against the Boston Red Sox. This Angels team has tremendous fight. Now just one game under 500. Let's take you through all of these incredible highlights. We'll start in the 8th inning. Zach Neto, we'll get you an update on Zach from Ray Montgomery making a tremendous defensive play. Erica Weston asked him about that. Did it rally you? He said, absolutely. I said, well, no, I got to do something next. So here's great defense, ranging to his right in a big throw.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, playing up the middle right there, ranging back over the other way, and then having to come up and make a great throw right there, you know, to a left-handed hitter getting out of the box. Fantastic play to end the inning right there.
So that keeps it 1-0, and then here's Christian Moore to tie the game at 1.
He covered that pitch, didn't he? Oh, my goodness. He smoked that one. That was a great piece of hitting right there. You know, the great thing about this Angel team, I mean, they might not make a whole lot of noise on the play for 7 or 8 innings, but you can always bet there's going to be a strong finish at the end. There's going to be some kind of exciting at the something exciting at the end. And right here,
this is the excitement you're talking about.
Hey, 1-1 slider. I mean, this is a kid. I mean, he's facing one of the elite closers, not I shouldn't say elite closers, but elite bullpens right now in the game. That's a good pitch right there. I mean, a nice tight slider, 1-1 pitch, and he keeps his hands inside and drives it the other way.
Nobody was really quite sure how he saw that on his first career hit, being a triple. Like, yeah, you got that, bud. That's a home run. Game over. What? Are you kidding me? And then, by the way, that jersey's toast when they come over and tackle him to the ground, rip it off him. What a great celebration. Nothing quite like it. What are these moments like, Tim?
Well, they're great. I mean, when you're a rookie, I mean, when you're a young player, these are the moments that are building that confidence in your game and making you feel like you belong. He belongs. I mean, everybody knew it. I mean, the way the game's going, all the young players coming up, it was just a matter of time for him to get here. Everybody was wondering about his spring training. Was he going to make it out of spring? But he's here now, and he's going to be here to stay.
Well, what does it feel like to hit a walk-off home run, to have your second home run? You hit some of the biggest home runs. You did it on the biggest stage in the World Series. But
I mean, yeah,
it's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, every walk-off home run, I mean, it's always special. There's always something special about it. I mean, a lot of times it's a surprise because a lot of times that's not what you were trying to do. You were just trying to put together a good bat. You got to remember, walk-off homers are usually coming against closers or late-inning bullpen guys. So when you do have a walk-off, it is a little bit of a surprise because you're kind of geared up for that moment. You're trying to put together a good at-bat, and you surprise yourself a little bit with something.
Surprised everybody. That was an exciting ball game, and the Angels had one Friday where they lost in extras, not here tonight. So Zach Neto did have to leave this game. We're going to get you an update as soon as we can hear from Ray Montgomery if he has anything to say, but let's take a look at what happened.
Now, this is when you're stealing bases and you're diving head first, I mean, you're always going to take a chance that maybe you put a little bit on that shoulder, a little bit on, and I was the left arm that got tagged out right there. I mean, that got caught up, but it is his right arm that he had surgically repaired last winter, and you just wonder if maybe he tweaked it a little bit. He has to go deep in the hole, make a rush throw, didn't get his arm back in the slot right there, and maybe that was just enough to make it, tweak it or make it feel whatever he had to, whatever it was. Boy, you could just tell that whole,
you could sense on the
arm, and that was not even a, it was like he was just feeling for it right there. So, we'll find out what, what's going to come out of this. Hopefully it's not too much, maybe a day or two, maybe put some ice on it, but you never like to see a guy come out with the same shoulder injury or dealing with the same shoulder that he had a big injury to the year before.
Yeah, shoulder surgery in the offseason, missing a month, on pace for 30-30, one of the great bright stars in Major League Baseball. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll get you an update on the other side. It was a big win for the Halos, walk-off fashion, so we're going to take that one. One game under 500, still in this wild card race, not even halfway through the season. With this victory, you get to enjoy the sweet taste of victory and French fries, medium fries, free after an Angels victory with a minimum $2 purchase and only on the app. Sometimes you got to pay the price to walk it off. We'll hear from the Angels skipper on the other side. Stay there.
I'll give you this brand new
electric vehicle
if you can prove to me you know your finances. How many subscriptions are you paying for?
Just 3.
You sure? Let's download the Rocket Money app right now and see if you're right. It's actually 21 subscriptions, which is costing you around $370 a month.
The app is telling you all this?
Rocket Money shows you all your expenses in one place and even helps you suggest a budget based on your past spending. Don't worry about the 21 subscriptions. You can cancel them right within the app. It'll even try and get you some of your money back.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network.
We got our hands up in the air. My, oh my.
Lots of great baseball coming, and good guess, by the way.
Good luck trying to hit that, man. It's unhittable.
This is the show that never ends.
Incredible night as we welcome you back to our Angels Live postgame, brought to you by OC Healthcare Agency. Navigate to a healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org. It's at this moment that Christian Moore realizes the game is over. That's a walk-off home run. Are you kidding me? History made. Christian Moore, second youngest ever, all-time, 2 homers in 8th inning or later, including a walk-off home run. Gabby Hartnett, 1923. Have yourself a night, Christian Moore. Here is Angels acting manager Ray Montgomery.
I didn't say he couldn't hit.
Yeah, we talked about big moments, and we talked about him in those moments before he got here, and those were two really special ABs. And then to do that on the, in that situation was really, really fun.
From what you know about him, that's a moment that he seems like he lives for. He lives for those big spots.
Yeah, credit J-Wash too. Johnny and I talked through it a little bit, and he just said, he's either part of the solution or part of the problem, and I think he's a big part of the solution. So he's going to be a big key for us, tonight, tomorrow, and every day after it. So it was great.
You love the win. Concern for Neto though, is it the shoulder or what?
Yeah, no, listen, I mean, obviously he jammed his shoulder when he went into second base on the stolen base, and then when he made that throw, we just didn't like the way it looked. So we took him out precautionary. We'll see what happens. I don't have any information at this point other than we weren't going to let him go back out there after that, so we'll see what happens.
Did he fight you on that?
Well, no, I don't think he was fighting it, but, he doesn't ever want to come out of a game. But in that case, it just seemed to me like the smart thing to do.
Just to confirm, it was the right shoulder.
It was his throwing shoulder, yeah. Why? I wouldn't know that off the top of my head, yeah. Sorry, still coming down. Yes.
Going back to Christian, what kind of energy and heart he brings to the club? It seems like he's super mature, too.
Yeah, I think he has that kind of youthful sort of exuberance that, while it's refreshing in the one sense because there's just so much energy there. Again, we talked about his naivete, about just some of the things that go on, and he, at one point during the game, he's like, man, I don't think I'd ever want your job. And I said, I'd like to have yours again. He was great.
How important has the bullpen been for what you guys have been able to maybe do the last one?
Yeah, I mean, tonight I think speaks volumes. You get a guy like Brogdon to come into a situation like that and keep the game, at a one-swing game, right, against a guy like Crochet. He was huge, and then everybody behind him did their job to keep it where we had a chance to do what we did. And then, Simo obviously picked us up huge. But the bullpen, you can't say enough about what they did.
What do you see for Anderson?
Listen, he was grinding through it, and there were stretches where it was really good, and kind of like we talked about the other day with pitch counts and stuff like that. I mean, I don't think that's really, the indicator of, where he's at and what he's at. I just, in that situation, felt like if we could keep it there at 1 and get out of that inning, I felt like he would be the beneficiary of that later. Probably not too happy with me in the moment. I wouldn't expect him to be.
That move at that time, how much does that say about the confidence that you guys have had with the bullpen and what they've done over the last 6 weeks?
Yeah, I think that's it entirely, and Sam touched on it. I mean, you don't make that move without the thought that those guys are going to keep the game right where it was, and we felt like we had a chance to do that with the guys coming in, and they did a great job.
Do you think Zach will need like an MRI or something like that, or is this sleep it off? Where do you have concern, I guess, are you guys for where he's at?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't have any information on that. I'm concerned anytime somebody comes out of the game, of course. What I would love is that he goes home, sleeps, comes back in the morning, and we'll see what happens. Until that point, I don't know.
So there's Monty. No further info on Zach Neto. We'll get it for you tomorrow if we have it on our Angels Live pregame coming at you tomorrow at 12:30. Tim, I have to agree so much about that Angels bullpen. And I spoke to Hunter Strickland before this game. Everybody's really picking each other up. They say they got a real bond out there, and they pitched great once again.
Yeah, 5 guys had to get out there tonight to pick up the rest of that game. And you look at what happened last night, they had to go reach into that bullpen a little bit as well. So back-to-back nights, the bullpen's been taxed. They did their job, kept them in the game, but it was a little bit of a question, why do you take Tyler Anderson out in 4 2/3 innings right there? He'd only given up 2 hits and 1 run, but it was just the way, it was just a lot of work. He hit a little bit more stress than you would anticipate for a guy that had that kind of a line. But at the end of the day, it worked out well. I mean, they were able to keep him down. Like with Crochet throwing, like you're saying, it's a 1-run game. You cannot take a chance with Tyler Anderson going through that 3rd time through the lineup when his numbers tend to inflate a little bit, and it ended up being the right move.
We said it in pregame. Got to find a way to scratch and claw your way to a victory, especially with Crochet on the bump, and they did that. They survived his 10 Ks and 7 scoreless. Christian Moore in the 8th, Christian Moore in the 10th. He's your hero. Devers credited with the W, and the boys did not miss this time. Looking ahead to tomorrow next.
Prime Day is coming. As a contractor, I find sometimes the most impactful thing you can say is what you do on your own home. A couple of years ago, we put a pool in our backyard, my wife and I. There was only one choice for the decking around the new pool. We used TimberTech because of the low maintenance on the product. You can install it and just enjoy it for its lifetime.
ePay.
Redwood. I mean, after 1 year, you're sanding and refinishing if you want to keep that sharp look. If you don't want to sand and oil every year, you want low maintenance, go with TimberTech.
We do not talk about this superstar enough, and that's Rafael Devers.
6 straight game with a home run.
Jarren Duran is an extra base machine.
I've just always been like that guy that keeps his head down and works hard.
Swing and a miss. Crochet's got that kind of electric stuff.
This green monster is tailor-made for Alex Bregman's swing. Great fit for Bregman, great fit for the Red Sox.
This was the piece that they really needed.
The guy's a winner. He's got all the talent.
The Red Sox are a much better team this year than they were last year.
Turn on MLB Tonight's all-new national pregame show live at 5 as Greg, Harold, and Dan preview all the night's matchups.
Premier talent. I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on.
MLB Tonight's national pregame show, weekdays on MLB Network.
We welcome you back to our Angels Live post-game, brought to you by the OC Healthcare Agency. Navigate to a healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org. That's a sweet bat flip. Just seeing that right there from Christian Moore. That had to be, that's the game tire, obviously, because he's out of the box, busted it on the one that ended up going off the wall to win it. Incredible, incredible night for Christian Moore. Wild card standings, Tim, essentially just all square with Boston, but still 2.5 back, but this is a fun race.
It's a fun, well, yeah, I always have a different perspective.
Let's hear it.
So much baseball. But I get it. If the season ended tomorrow, or, there's a week left. Yeah,
we're out of it. If it ends tomorrow.
We're out of it. But the point is, you're right. They're in the hunt. They're in the mix. We've had a really good last few weeks of baseball from this Angel team right now. And I tell you what, if the offense can keep clicking and keep scoring, I tell you what, they're gonna be finding themselves at the top of that heap.
Well, that extra wild card makes things a lot more fun and interesting, and gives us something to play for sure. Tomorrow's starter, Yusei Kikuchi, hasn't had great numbers, Fish, against the Boston Red Sox historically, but did not walk anybody in his last outing. I think that's something for him to build on.
Well, and going to that Astros start, everybody said he didn't have great numbers against the Astros either. Something about playing the teams he's played for, but he had a great outing, and hopefully he can do that as well tomorrow. And, being a day game, I love to see lefties that have good changeups and have different kinds of pitches to throw. I mean, he kind of throws a kitchen sink at you, and he's got great velocity. That was the one thing that stood out in that Astro series, or that Astro game, was that he was hitting 96, and I'm telling you, that surprises a lot of hitters, because you don't really expect it from a guy that kind of is a 4-pitch guy, throwing that curveball, that slider, and he got it up there a little bit. So I think quick turnaround. The Angels have a lot of momentum. Red Sox on the other side are going to be coming to the ballpark a little bit.
I love it. You're calling it a sweep.
I'm like, we got a
never
chance.
do that. Yeah, Fish calling a sweep. I'll bring the broom for you. I'm just kidding. One day at a time.
Yes.
But you are excited about this one.
It lines up pretty nicely, You sneak one here tonight, and you come out tomorrow, and you got all the momentum.
What a game. A great job, Tim, as usual, pal. We'll see you tomorrow. 12:30 right here on FanDuel Sports Network. One of the great games in Angels history. Christian Moore making history. I mean, this guy is tremendous. What a victory here. Angels 3, Red Sox 2. Good night.